Oh, cool. Right on.
You
Right
guys
on,
can hear,
dudes.
you guys can
I
hear me
got
okay,
you.
right?
Oh, I got you, man. All
Okay.
good. This is Straturday Night. It is Saturday night, you guys, here on Johnny Beane, on Johnny Beane TV, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you get your podcast, all that stuff. Let's do a show. Let's talk about past couple days, pretty crazy stuff. And smash that thumbs up, smash that subscribe. Did I go back to Monterey? Dude, Overlord, I did. And I
He never
somehow
left.
I somehow made it back. I have no idea how. But we are here on, what channel is this, Corey Feldman?
Hey, it's Corey Feldman. You're watching Johnny Beane TV, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Billy Ray, what's up? Where are we? There we are.
Billy Ray.
Billy Ray, dude, thank you so much. Whoa, we got the green lights. We got the green light to do the show. Here we are. What's up, you guys? Johnny Beane here. This is Straturday Night. Johnny Beane, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere there is, wherever you wanna watch from. Here we are. And I just realized I need to redo this background because of the chat there, we can't see anything. So, Janice, if you happen to be here, send me an X reminding me to redo the background here. But anyway, you guys, let's first of all, let's say hello. G. Yo, G.
I made it back home, safe and sound.
Oh my gosh, man. That's.
But I'm burned out.
I know. I'm burned out too, man. Ron is here.
I only went one day, and I'm burned out.
I went 3 days,
Oh no.
and I'm pretty. And I would go again. I look. I'm still wearing the wristband. I would go again, although I don't think it's happening tomorrow. I'm not sure. I don't know. I do not know, but what I do know, you guys, is here on YouTube we have channel membership, and the top tier of channel members, they get their names read at the top of every talk show. They are currently Michael B, Music Therapy Laz, Majestic PB, NJ Cat, Flipper Carlin, CC, Bay Area Rich, Sherman Callahan, Nova 9, Arhabs, and Janice Lala, the intern. Thank you guys for being top tier.
Greatest intern.
Channel members, the greatest intern, you guys. Thank you for being top tier channel members. Thank you for being channel members here and helping support the show, support the channel, support the trips, you guys. You know, I drove, drove down to Monterey, 3 times past few days or whatever to bring you guys, this stuff. And you know what I kept hearing? I had several people come up to me today wearing Van Halen shirts. Some people thought I worked there because I'm wearing a shirt that says Van Halen Local Crew. and I was the only one that knew anything about the guitar. But some people were telling me, like I met some people that came up and they told me, they're like, oh yeah, we saw this video of this guy talking about this, so we decided to come up. And then all of a sudden she was like, the light bulb went off. She's like, it was you.
It was you. And the security guard was there.
She couldn't believe it.
Johnny was acting curator.
Yeah, and I felt so bad for the security guard that was there today. He was there from 6 a.m. His shift was 12 hours, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
The same guy.
No, different guy.
Oh, different guy. Okay.
A different guy. But I felt so bad for him,
Did he at least have a chair?
No.
Yeah.
He did get a break. He did get a second lunch break, and I saw him, and I think he actually went to sleep in the chair sitting. I did see that.
Poor guy.
But I do have to say, Johnny is the only one that brought that guitar to you on YouTube. Because I've looked, I just see who else did it, and there's nothing.
That's what people keep telling me.
That's how I found out about it. Otherwise, I'd have missed it.
Wow. And dude, I was telling people today, like some people were saying, hey, I drove from, wherever, whatever. I mean, I drove, it was like 45, it was like an hour drive for me one way. Which, in California traffic, that's not a big deal at all.
It's 10 miles.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, California traffic, more like 5.
Yeah. But for you, we were hanging out with Music Therapy Laz the other night, and you're like, hey, I'm going to come down. I'm going to see you guys. You actually beat us there, man.
Yeah.
You were there before we were.
Yeah, that was luck. There's a lot of, I mean, the distance, given the distance and how much freeway you have to cover, that was a lot of luck. A lot could happen between here and there. So.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Especially out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your experience, man? What's your experience from yesterday? What did you learn?
Dude. Well, now that I've seen the guitar in person, I've been analyzing the videos, like really looking at them, the live stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I've pausing it and looking at the picture that I have in my phone and your videos and comparing the two. That's the guitar. It is, no doubt.
100%.
During his live performance, I don't know if you've noticed, but that bent strap pin, it's on the guitar. It's bent, and he's playing it during those shows. So he obviously bent it probably early on, like jumping around maybe first couple of shows in South America, and then decided, it's not going to work. And then he resorted to the eyelet screws, which were, and when he moves around, you can see the back. You can obviously see that's in the back. Because remember, there's a hole in the back, on the back side of the horn. And then there's also a hole in the bottom. For whatever reason, if he removed them or whoever removed them, they were gone. But they're in the live videos. So.
Yeah. Yeah, and they are gone. Somebody did remove them.
Yeah, somebody took them. But, man, just realizing what that guitar was. I remember when it was on those ads when I was a kid. I remember seeing that photo many times. Now, did I ever buy that magazine with that photo on it? No, but I know I have the ad within. I've seen it within, if not on the cover, but within the magazine. So I remember that. I remember thinking, wow, that's not, because even back then I knew it wasn't the same. It wasn't as they didn't call it the Frankenstrap back then, but it wasn't that guitar. I knew it was different, and I knew he was sponsored by Kramer at that time, but it didn't really dawn on me that it was that big of a deal till when you guys started talking about it a few years back. Who's not Dave Nesdahl, but R.I.P., but the other guy from Boston. He's got the super collection of guitars, Eddie Van Halen.
Oh, Rob Johnson.
Yes, Rob.
Yeah.
That guy. Watching you guys, with your shows and how you guys went in detail about that stuff, I was like, man, that Kramer ad guitar, it's one of those rarities that we'll probably never see again, And then all of a sudden, not even a week ago, you go on live and you say, here it is. I'm like, holy crap. I got to go see it. I have no excuse. So seeing it in person, because it's in such fine detail, because you're seeing it with your own eyes up close. You're still kind of, is this it? That's why I'm looking at all these videos going, yeah, it's it. It's, the video quality back then, it's not HD, it's not 4K or whatever. But
no,
some of those close-up shots, it's like, that's it. That's definitely it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's such a unique body shape. It's not a regular. It wasn't even really a Kramer body. I mean, it kind of was. It was a body that they were, I guess they got from another company that they were using. I don't recall them releasing models with that body shape. If anybody knows, drop a comment, but
the odd thing, okay, so Eddie, his black and white, I mean, the Frankenstrat has always looked big on him because he's not very, I mean, especially back then. What is he, $150 maybe? $140 in 82? Not a very big guy. So the Strats always looked big on him. And that guitar looked big on him, but in a different way, like those horns. I just watched it again today, and I was looking at the photos, and I had looked at my Strat, all of my Strats. I'm like, those horns aren't even that big, but the bottom part, the body is more. It's smaller. It's more like the 5150, the bottom end, but they didn't touch the horns yet. So I think that first introduction, he liked that lower part of the body. The horns at that point probably didn't bother him or get in the way. So after he refined it, then that smaller 5150 body style kind of transitioned and came to fruition. And he said, yeah, this is it. I like it. But you can literally see from his Frankenstrat, it morph with that guitar, into the 5150, that style body.
Well, let me show some video from yesterday of the guitar. There should be some video. That was me driving yesterday. Or was this from today? I can't even. It's like the same thing, No, this is from yesterday. So this is video from yesterday. And like I was saying, like how much video can you take of one thing?
Yeah.
But it's like, it's never, like you walk in there, you walk out, you go to use the bathroom, you come back. Oh, there it is again. You take another picture.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because our Apple iPhones. I don't know which model you have, but I was like, man, I know these have good quality, but I was actually going to get like a high. We don't use handy cams anymore because we have our cell phones. But the quality in those handy cams, I was like, I'll just get it just for this, just to get it on video, and it would be stellar. It'd be perfect. I didn't do it. I was literally going to go to Best Buy like the day before and get one and bring it down there just to film it or just to record it, actually. Yeah, but I did it.
Those horns look like the Charvel San Dimas model.
Yeah, and they seem even bigger, like wider, thicker, But see the body, see the arm, or his arm,
Hang on.
It's very.
Trying to get a good.
It's in person. You couldn't tell when he's playing it, but in person you could tell it was smaller on the bottom.
Trying to get a good. Wow.
Pause. Oh, just kidding.
Well, there's that.
Yeah.
Like Rob Johnson, all these guys that make replicas, they're going to be analyzing these videos now because of that. Because you never saw that close up, ever. The rust on it and all that.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see.
Yeah, but look at the fretboard. I mean, that he used to use raw wood. He unfinished, necks. So a lot of that, I bet you a good portion of that's just from the tour. Aside from Mick playing it. Now, who knows if his tech played it,
Probably. You don't know.
But I mean, if there's anything that could be more authentic than this guitar, I you could say, yeah, I've had a I bought one of his EVH art series that he played for one song on the 04 tour, the 07 tour. This right here has like DNA on it. You know what I mean? It's like that's his guitar.
Yeah,
he played.
That's a good idea. I mean, that's a good question for the chat and for you guys. The guitars that Edward played on the 04, 07 tours for one song, those he actually striped up himself. Like all those patterns, all those designs, he actually did.
Yep.
Now, would you rather, if you could have either this, which he didn't stripe up, I don't think he painted it, but I mean, it's signed. There's all the video of him playing it, all that. Would you rather take this or one of the ones that he actually striped up himself?
Yeah, that's a tough question. I mean, because I'm older, we're both. I mean, there's people older than us too, but just based.
I'm 29.
I'm 28, but based on the history,
I'm 27.
Based on, but based on the history, like the Kramer history and him, there's a bunch of videos of him playing this thing live, back when they were like huge. I mean, 82, they were huge, but before 84. So I don't know, man. Because I've been around that long, I would prefer this one because it's that unique. It's just so unique. I mean, it's got the play wear on it, on the neck board, on the fretboard. It's just. Mm-hmm. I mean, even if it didn't have his autograph and the little saying on it or whatever he wrote to his buddy or his tech, yeah, I think I would take this one.
That autograph, that whole paragraph there, and that autograph, that's one of the things that's going to drive this up.
Oh yeah,
drive the price up of this. I mean, that signature, that's a 1984 era signature. His signature changed throughout the years. It got shorter and shorter and shorter. Yeah. When he was writing out Edward Van Halen like that, he was doing that 78 through 84 ish.
I think so.
You know. And, I mean, those guitars from 04 to 07 that he striped up himself, some of those he did write, little paragraphs on them and stuff. But again, he only played them for like one song, two songs. But again, those are unique. Those are all one of a kind.
That's true. It's tough. It's tough, but, those only fetched, I think, well, now that you see him listed for 60, 70, 80 grand, but you're talking in the millions now with this one. I think it's because of that. I think it's the nostalgia mixed with, okay, we thought this thing was gone, but no, surprise, it's here. There it is. I think that has a lot to do with it. Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. And it was in those ad, it was the Kramer ad. It's known as the Kramer ad guitar, and it's respecting the Frankenstrat because they tried to replicate it in some way. I mean, not 100%, but I think it's cool. I think that's just this is Eddie in a nutshell right here. This guitar, everything about him, the way he played. It's not something you pull off a shelf like a Gibson, Les Paul that's worth 10 grand. It's put together for him, and it's all up to the player. It's not up to the guitar, really. It's up to the player. I mean, he made this. I showed you the video of the Buenos Aires, his solo and the sounds he was making with this thing. That's what counts to me. It's a guitar too, but it's like, wow, he played it. I heard what this thing can do. It's like, holy, this is it. I would take this over the Sharpnose any day.
Ogre Lord had a question earlier. Is that the first Kramer banana headstock guitar?
That's a good question.
I would say it's the first one that we know of that's striped up. Because there was another Kramer with banana headstock, but it was just like it was like an off-white that he's also holding in the ads. So there was two different ones, but this was like the first time you saw a Frankenstein style guitar that wasn't his original guitar. It was this.
Yep.
Really? I mean, I think, right? And this is like as close as we're gonna get. Like if you guys like you went, I went down there 3 times. This is as close as you're gonna get, like right up to one of the guitar. Even though it wasn't a main guitar, it was a backup guitar, but it was in those ads, and it's in all those videos. So it there's a lot happening with this guitar, and that's what I kept telling people that came to the event that are walking by. It was either like, oh, that's Eddie Van Halen's guitar. It's either, oh, cool, or who's that? And they would just keep going, right? It wasn't like there were people crowded around this thing like you would think. Most people were there looking at these cars. I mean, G will tell you. But you know, I kind of felt like it was my job to stand there and tell people what this thing was, because the security guards didn't know. You know, there was only besides you, there was maybe one other person that came up, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I know what this is," and they were like freaking out, like, "Oh, I can't believe." No, there's a couple people. There was at least today. I saw maybe 3 people in Van Halen shirts that came up.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's the odd thing. I think where it was placed for this. Does anybody know? Have you found out any more information as to where this thing is going next, or where it's going to turn up, or besides New York, ultimately to get auctioned?
Oh, you mean to be shown on display somewhere?
Yeah. To preview the supposed
I haven't
previews.
heard. If anybody else has heard about that,
Because-
I have not.
Because if you think about it, we're pretty lucky if it's not going anywhere else until it's auctioned. I mean, that's why I went, because, like I said, it could either end up down in LA where I didn't have to drive so damn far, just to see it, or it could end up, on the East Coast now, or the Midwest somewhere where I wouldn't be able to go see it. I unfortunately, his Frankie was in New York, for the Met.
Yep.
There's no way I could get out there to see that thing. It killed me not being able to see it in person, but like, let's be real. Now
I
this
didn't go.
This is my makeup.
Yeah, I had friends that either went to that, or a lot of people went to that.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of photos of it. That one. And then, where was that? Is it the Hall of Fame in Cleveland? I wonder if there was another guitar. His main guitar it was a black and white Wolfgang. Remember the black and white Wolf it was Relict?
Yeah, it was Relic. Yeah.
Played it in 2013. He played it, like in Japan.
Yeah.
That they put on display. I want to say it was like the Hall in Cleveland or something.
I think so.
Somewhere. But that was years ago.
Yeah, to me, these guitars, these older guitars, like this one in particular is Frankie. I mean, that's the epitome of VVH or Eddie Van Halen. I mean, this is the nostalgia. So whenever you see the black, it's a symbol. You see the red, black, and white striped guitar. And again, if you're a casual fan, hey, that's Eddie Van Halen. I know it's Eddie Van Halen, but you don't know which guitar it is, but you know it's Eddie Van Halen because of the colors.
Yeah.
So this is just, it was awesome. I couldn't believe I was looking at it up close. The only thing I wish they would have done, and you mentioned it while we were there, is if they would have done the same thing they did with the Frankenstein at the Met, put it in a case where you could 360 it,
Right.
See it on all sides. That was the only disappointing thing.
That would have been nice, because we never saw the back of the headstock. I tried today. I couldn't. You know what they told me? Was it today or the guy yesterday? I got 3 days where it's just a blur, right? It was either yesterday or today. The guard that was there today, it was a different guard than the past 2 times I was there.
Mm-hmm.
His shift was 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So 12 hours the guy was standing there. And it was either him or the guy before was telling me that it's under 24 hours. Like, there's a guard all night as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
So I'm thinking, wow, so from 6 p.m. Well, I mean, there was people there now, right? Because they're doing the auctions and stuff. But just imagine, like midnight to 6 a.m. There's some guy just standing there. Right?
Yeah. Hopefully he's getting time and a half because it's night shift. Yeah. I yesterday I mentioned that, hey, that piece of plastic, the black background wasn't there. I couldn't remember if it was there or not, because I thought in your video, you were able to get more of the backside of the headstock. But then I rewatched your video and it hasn't moved. I thought maybe it got pushed back or something and they added that black background, but it was there when you did your first video. So
what they changed since the first day since Wednesday was they put these lights, these little spotlights that point up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's different. And actually today, some guy walked by and kicked one of them. This like super old guy walks by us, and he actually looks at us. And he's like, hey. He's like this, man. I couldn't believe it. We were all like, what the heck? This guy walks by and goes and kicks one of the spotlights, like he meant to do it
on purpose.
Yeah. But he was old. But he was old. Like you could tell he was like,
What, 61?
no, yeah, he looked like Ron. No, he was probably late 70s, maybe, or 8. Like, well, I mean, you know, he wasn't that. He was old enough for his face. I'm like, that guy looks real old, but he looked like he meant to do it. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he didn't mean to do it, but he did it, and we were like, whoa. And then so one of the security guys comes over and he had to like fix it. Right.
I bumped it yesterday, so that's an accident. I was trying to get that close up. I'm like, oh crap! I actually hit the light. I didn't knock it over, but
yeah. So I tried. So I tried today, man. I tried to see it. I kind of almost got, like, where you can see some of it. I did a video today. Yeah. Like I said, how many times can you look at this and film it? But it's like, because of what it is and because of who we are, dude it's a once in a lifetime thing.
The back of the headstock's kind of important. We know what's on the back. That's the only thing I was disappointed about, was you couldn't see it. Yeah, that was the only thing. Yeah. You kind of see it, but you couldn't clearly see it.
Did I see it? Oh, maybe. Let me see.
I think your first video, I could.
Yeah, you can make it out a little bit.
Yeah, I did another. This is today. Look at that.
That looks
crap.
A little better.
I did this today. Dang it! I'm gonna have to. I haven't uploaded this yet, dude. It's just a guitar. Andrew says. It's
okay.
It is. It's Kramer history. It's Van Halen history. It's our history growing up, you know, being, you know, a kid reading the magazines, and you seeing that, and you're like, I want that. And of course, at the time, you couldn't get it. They didn't make them, right?
No, you know, it's a different time too. You only had access to what? Maybe some videos. I mean, you're talking right at MTV's conception, you know, like pretty much 80 was when they first started.
81, but yeah,
81.
82, yeah.
So magazines is all you had, pictures.
Yep.
You know, and then you know, now everybody gets information from anything they see. You know, like these photos. This is unheard of. This is going to, you know, everybody can get these photos now and take a look. They're watching your show right now. Whoever's watching, they're going, wow, that's the guitar. But this thing was in magazines back in 82, 83. You know,
look at that. Look at the splitting. Look at that. Nobody's ever seen that. That's insane.
Yeah, yeah, because the pictures, I mean, the picture quality, they never zoomed in like that, you know.
Look at that wood. Yeah.
Now, I'm not a replica artist, and that's not why I wanted to see it at all, because I just don't do that, but just based on its history, that was the main thing, you know.
Yeah. It's just too cool, man. It is so cool. And look at that, man. Oh my gosh. Look at that. We could just stare at that all day, and they're like, you guys are crazy.
If you hear if these you know, people making comments or whatever, I know they're not negative, they're just being funny or whatever, but if you hear how Eddie plays this thing, that's another element of this. Because I mean, yeah, it's Eddie Van Halen. He plays the way he plays. But there is some mojo in this guitar too, because I don't know if you noticed, Johnny, it does sound a little bit different than the Frankie. The pickup's different, and I hate to say this, there's some of the videos, it actually sounds better than Frankie, the Frankie Strat. But
I sent you a clip in WhatsApp. I mean, there was the video that you showed me yesterday, right? I sent you there. There's
I'm using my phone. I won't be able to see it.
Oh, I sent you. I'll show you a screenshot 'cause I don't want to play it on here, but I'll show you a screenshot. It's this one. It's Caracas.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
Caracas?
Yeah. I've seen all those.
And that's it, man.
Yeah. That's a pretty.
That's it right there.
There's some really up close shots of that in that video that you're like, yeah, that's it. Yep. There's the pin. Yep. There's the that video also zooms in enough to where you can tell he doesn't have. Remember we talked about what that hole is for the or next to the trim plate. You see that's probably for a quarter. In that video, they zoom in just enough to where he angles it. You can see the hole. There's no quarter, but the hole's there. At least in that video. At least in that video, it's just a hole. There's no quarter.
Kramer ad guitar, Van Halen. Yeah, I'm thinking there was a quarter on it.
Yeah, there may have been, but
At
in
one
that video,
point.
there wasn't. It's not there.
Right. Yeah, I'm looking.
I saw that hole initially, and I'm like, okay, that's probably just a pick guard hole, but there was only one hole. But, you would see the set going around, the horns and stuff. And that's what Laz brought that up. I'm like, hey, yeah, he's probably right. That's probably what it was for or intended for.
Oh my gosh. I know we're crazy. I know.
Sorry, Ron. We're totally nerding out on this thing.
That's all right. I'd be the same way if it was, right there.
If it was a Randy Rhoads.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
As getting off the Eddie Van Halen subject, but I remember those few years when a lot went down, like in rock and roll. Now, I'd have to go look at the dates, but if I'm not mistaken, Bon Scott was first in 80, right?
Yeah.
Then Bonham, right? Same year.
Yes.
I remember hearing about Bon Scott, hearing about Bonham, and I certainly remember those couple of years later when Randy. I remember seeing that on the news, the showing the house and all that, and the bus. But I don't know if I told you guys this story. It's a little morbid, but we had a skate rink called Roller Town in Clovis, and all the kids used to go there on the weekends. And I remember Bon Scott had passed, and we're skating, doing the thing, and the DJ, AC/DC, Highway to Hell, that's playing. Chorus kicks off, I'm on the highway to hell. He turns the volume down or mutes it, and he goes, he's on his way, highway to hell. I'm like, I thought to myself, that's funny, but it's messed up.
Oh
it's messed up, but it's funny. Yeah.
I
always remember that. I was like, hey, it's funny.
I was surprised when Bob Daisley told us he was friends with Bon Scott.
Oh, wow.
That was pretty cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I missed that interview. Yeah, they were Aussies, but they emigrated to England, right?
Like I think he was saying that they lived
Scotland.
close by each other.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
didn't have something to do with a Jimmy Page practice amp. Vaughn had it or something. I don't remember the whole thing.
I don't remember.
Well, that's interesting. Yeah, that's like AC/DC is kind of like the Van Halen with David Lee Roth versus Sammy. Who was better? I think they were just like Van Halen. They were just as good, both eras. I like Bon Scott, especially that Highway to Hell album. I mean, even the ones before, but that was the one I mainly knew. And that's what I heard all over the radio. My buddies were playing it. And cranking it, and then, but when Back in Black came out, I was like, "Whoa!" We all were like, "Oh, wow!" It's great. This is awesome too. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting.
You said David Lee Roth. We were talking before the show, and I said you got to tell Johnny because I told him, but I don't think he believed me. The Eat 'Em and Smile tour. I think Dave had something to prove
Yeah.
right then and there. And because that show, I mean, they were all over each other everywhere, and it was louder than hell. And it was just, and Steve and
Wait a minute,
Billy
You're dropping names here.
were just
You're
meshed perfect together.
Yeah.
Who?
Hey,
Steve.
I think that Eat 'Em and Smile, I still have my original first album. It still has a plastic on it. It's opened and been played, but I took really good care of it. That album kicked ass. We were like, hey man, he's on his own now, but this thing kicks ass. That's why I went to go see him. You know, a lot of my buddies went to go see him that tour. I regretted it for almost 4 days later because my ears were ringing so bad. But it was a good show.
From Steve playing guitar.
Dude.
Oh, you mean Steve Vai?
Yeah.
Johnny.
Huh? Who is this?
Hey, Johnny. I'm over here.
Who is that?
I'm over here.
Who is that?
Over here, Johnny.
Over here, Johnny.
Hey, Johnny. How you doing? This is Steve.
You can do better than that.
Steve Vai? What, and Billy Sheehan was on bass?
Hey, this is Billy Sheehan. You're watching Johnny Beane TV.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Hola, amigos. This is your bass player, Billy Sheehan. You're watching me right here on my dear friend, John. It went away.
Oh, no.
Johnny Beane.
And if you remember, G, that you had Greg standing on top of his drums playing the drums backwards.
Hey, it's Greg Bissonette. You're watching Johnny Beane TV.
There, I did my duty for you, Johnny. There you go. I brought in all three names.
Well, you know who plays drums for Dave Lee Roth now.
Hey everybody, this is Francis Valentino, and you are currently watching Johnny Beane TV.
Speaking of drummers, you ever heard of Poison?
Hey, this is Ricky Rocket, and you're watching my buddy Johnny Beane right here on his channel.
I'll send you video. You know what? When I go on that ghost hunt with him, I'll try to stream that live.
So you know him?
Yeah. Yes.
Yes, Johnny.
Yes, I do. Oh, by
What's
the
his
way,
band called right now?
Peggy, how you doing? It's still
The
Poison.
What? No, he has his own band.
I know.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they're well, I mean, they're going back out on tour next year too. So as with Poison.
Yeah,
So.
he has his own band though. Right now, I saw it. Right, heard about it. Oh my goodness, dude! Smash that thumbs up. Thumbs up.
See,
We got
you guys
61
are
watching.
tired from driving and doing that. I'm tired because my wife and I today, just us two.
Keep going.
Notice the old workbench is right here, so I can take it apart.
The old workbench. Oh,
Right there. It's right there. And I kind of hate to see it go because a lot of guitars have been across that thing. But we brought the Husky bench down the steps ourselves, 13 steps. Holy crap, was that?
Scary.
That damn thing was a lot heavier than I thought it was.
It's dangerous.
So I got to tear that bench apart tomorrow. But, Johnny, I can show you a bit of it. The new
Billy
bench.
Ray. Hey, Ian. Hello, you guys. Here,
Yeah,
check this out.
I've been trying to keep up with the chat, but I'm way delayed. I'm looking at the chat on my screen, and it's not keeping up with my phone because I can't read it on my phone.
So that's
If you look at the
that's the
side
same
of the
bench
screen,
you
you'll
got.
see it. What?
That's the same bench you have, the Husky cabinet.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because my dad has had that for like 6 years, and as soon as he got it is when he had the accident, so it was never really used. So I brought it home a couple months ago, and it's been in the garage in the way all this time until today. I told her, I said, hey, I got to get this out of the garage, and she just looked at me like, well, it's just us two. I said, well, what can happen? So the new bench is in place.
It's a heavy bench.
You ain't kidding. I didn't realize it was that damn heavy.
It is. I have one. Oh, I have one too. Right there, and it's a disaster because I haven't been here in days. I've just been going to ritzy, car shows and eating fried chicken sandwiches.
Hobnobbing with Biff.
Hobnobbing.
Have anybody has anybody determined why that guitar at a car show event at an auction was there? I mean, it's so odd. That's I thought about that the other day. I'm like, okay, all these $10 million, $20 million starting bid cars are out here, and all these. Did you see those? Did you see the people walking in there, Johnny? Did you notice the couples walking in there? They're just, they're oozing money. You know what I mean?
The ones with the champagne and walking around like this.
Yeah. I was checking in or about to check in, and this guy rolls right in front of me, and he's got, now everybody's got the badge, and then you see the ones with all the colors, and you're like, oh, there's somebody, and they walk around wherever they want. This guy has this big old freaking, piece of paper on his chest, and he has this beautiful looking woman with him, and the security guard goes, he's older, he's obviously older. She goes, yeah, she goes, does she have a pass or does she have an armband? And he goes, she's with me. She goes, oh, just walk right in. He goes straight on in, past the guitar.
You should have said, I'm with them too.
No.
I walked by, I said, I'm their kid. And I walked right in with them.
I had the green band.
I'll be right back.
That's my dad and my stepmom.
Yeah, dude, that place, Johnny and I were talking about it because we went to eat, he and Laz and I, and that particular place, they keep the windows open because the weather's wonderful. It's like perfect weather. And these people are, the locals, I started looking around. I'm like, these people aren't part of the auction and they're not part of this car convention where they're just driving around showing off their own cars because there's so much money over there. They're flexing, they're, revving up their engines and purposely like downshifting hard to make them pop, and I'll do all this. It was so noisy, like. And then I realized it's the culture here. This is Laguna Seca's here. James Dean was on his way here before he crashed in his Porsche Spider or whatever.
Yep.
So it's like I'd never put two and two together until I was there the other day. I'm like, man, this is actually, it's noisy, but it's a cool place. It's like, yeah, this is Americana, man. Everybody likes cars here. Yeah, we saw the Teslas and stuff, but primarily there were hot rods and sports cars, and you know what I mean. It was pretty cool. Made me jealous because there's so much money there. It's like, yeah, it was crazy. It's like I definitely fell out of my element. Like, man, what are these people? What am I doing for a living? What are these people doing for a living?
They're insider trading is what they're doing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's crazy. And like I said, some of those, that one, I think Laz was talking about it yesterday. That one black, was it a Ferrari? It looked like it had a boat motor in the back of it. Yeah, that was starting 10 mil. It's like, whoa. Yeah. Like no big deal. Just park it out, let everybody walk past it, with their.
See, I was talking about the guy, Bob Bond, that lived down the street from me. I've known him. He's known me since I was born. And I started working for him when I was 14. He had a Honda shop, and he also had 13. He was at that time in the late 70s and through the 80s, he had the biggest drag racing team that was privately owned. But he had 13 cars, from alcohol dragster all the way down, pro stock, you name it. He had one in each category.
Money.
And he had 2 Duesenbergs.
Wow.
And he sold the rights for those people to show those cars in like 77 to 78 for $250,000.
Damn.
And they had to pay the insurance and everything. but they got to take him around to all these, places like that and show him. I still don't understand that. Why you're going, let me take your car and I'll give you $250,000 to let me take it. What, I don't see what they get out of that, but whatever. And he had the black Countach, which I got to drive to my senior prom, which was great.
You mentioned that. Yeah.
And then cool, he had a yellow. His favorite color was yellow because the drag cars were all yellow and black. And then he got when the Vipers first came out, he got a yellow Viper. When the Dodge Ram truck Super B came out, he got one in yellow. He had a '53 bubble top Corvette.
Wow.
That he sold in like 1980 for some ungodly amount of money. I mean, he got his house. It's literally one block away. He died. They sold it, but it's got a 12-car garage. It's drive-through and carpeted.
Wow.
Indoor heated pool, and big pids. Looks like Graceland. But Bob was just so down to earth. And then I started working on there when I was 14, and I ended up getting he took me to Spring Nationals, and I got my NHRA license, and I drove super gas for him.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was so I grew up with him, and it was like, so I know how you can feel that way, because it's like, oh, okay.
So he stayed humble too. Like he stayed.
Yeah.
He didn't go take off and go move to.
No, right here in Shadyside.
Yeah, he stayed true. Yeah, it's that was interesting, because I've been to Monterey before, but I just don't remember. Maybe it was because the things that were going on with all the cars and the auction, and then they also had. Did they not have something going on at Pebble Beach this weekend, Johnny?
There was a car auction there too, or a car show.
Yeah, there was something going on there.
There's always something going on over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, we were just talking about the cars that we saw, and just the locals, driving around and flexing with their accelerators and revving up their engines and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It took me a second. I'm like, they're not here. They're just here showing off. They're not here for, they're not part of the auction. They're not part of the show. They're just cruising.
No.
Yeah.
It's probably just a regular evening for them. They probably do that every night.
That's just the way it is. I was telling Ron that the Laguna Seca, I never knew. I knew it was there somewhere, but the first time I'd ever been up to 68 was when I went yesterday, and I passed it, not knowing it was Laguna Seca, because I missed the sign coming in. Remember the elevator maintenance guy?
Yeah.
He told me that was Laguna Seca, so when I drove out, I paid attention. I saw the sign, and I totally missed it when I came up, but I saw it going out. I was like, wow, that's Laguna Seca. It's a big deal,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man.
Here's two of Bob's cars.
I can't see on my phone. I have to wait for the delay. There we go. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
So, yeah, he was just a super nice guy. I mean, it was crazy, and I don't even know how to explain. He was just down to earth, but he had money like crazy, and down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he stayed true. He didn't.
But his cars would be out there for those car shows. And he bought, when I was working there, Paramount, I think it was Paramount, whatever, they dropped off. He bought one of the Smokey and the Bandit cars from the first movie. And it came with the Burt Reynolds signed the jacket and put it in there, and that all came. It showed up in the truck, all Hollywood thing. And, yeah.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that he was very much into cars, and it was a great guy. But he was out Pebble Beach car show. I don't know how many, every year he had something out there.
There's a guy, former pro wrestler, and I'm thinking of Gold. Come on, help me out. Yes,
Bill Goldberg.
Bill Goldberg. He was, when I used to work out in Fallbrook, he lived in a town south of there. It's called Bonsall. And he didn't live in a gated community. And but he lived in it. It's called Eagle. I won't say the name, but it was a beautiful part of Bonsall, and not gated, like I said, nothing like that. But it was just he was so humble and so cool. You'd see him driving around. He's known for his muscle cars.
Mm-hmm.
And I was at an AM/PM down in Bonsall, and I hear this loud muscle car roll in, and I was working, and I just happened to be on a call, whatever. He rolls in, and I said, I know that guy looks familiar, man. It was a blue. What's the? I'm a car guy, but not as much as a lot of people. The General Lee Charger.
Yeah,
Charger.
Yep.
Okay, it was a blue Charger. I mean, perfect, clean. He drove it up to get some gas, and I was like, he gets out, he's wearing nothing. He's wearing his black leather vest. He's big as hell, big old head, big old neck. He's walking. So I think that's that Goldberg guy that everybody talks about, because I had heard around the station that he would frequent the station, and he would give out signed, signaturized photos, himself and stuff. Very, very pro,
a lot of guys were like that.
Yeah. Well, we went to his house for an alarm call one night, and if you look at, he had this garage where he had the lifts, and they were all
cars on top and underneath,
full of muscle cars. Yeah, you could compare it to the window. We were doing our security check, but yeah, he's apparently his little extended security check, because we knew whose house it was. But we took care of him, and he was always generous and always really cool. He showed up at the station right before I transferred out, and I just missed him because I had seen him around town. He was known to show up at every weekend, every Sunday, where Fallbrook borders Bonds, there's a market, and they would use their parking lot as a what do you call it? Where you sell vegetables and stuff, farmers market.
Farmers market.
Mm-hmm.
But they'd have a little car showing off to the side, and he would always be there showing off his cars. He's a cool dude. As far as I know, he still lives there. I haven't heard anything different, but yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, cars bring a lot of those guys together like that.
Oh yeah, and he was always, and I passed through there when they had one of those meets, and I saw him talking to people, just chilling, like he was part of the neighborhood. Nobody Googled over him or said, oh, he's a pro wrestler or former pro. He was just a dude from Bonzo who loved muscle cars. Yeah, he was cool. He's married to some stunt lady, I think, right? You guys might know more than that.
Well, I don't know.
She was a stunt woman. She was a stunt woman in Hollywood. I guess she's really, really well known. Yeah, pretty cool.
In the chat, who is that? I have no idea. I don't even know who you guys are talking about.
You don't know Bill Goldberg?
Nope.
He was undefeated for years. Even though, when I worked for it was WWF when I worked for him. And that was before all the big, computers and everything that we have now. So they had a whiteboard, and it would tell you the match, how many times so-and-so was going to fall, and he would know how long it was going to last, and it was who was going to win. It was before they ever went out there. That was how it was.
It's all scripted.
Yep.
Yeah.
But people will argue with you. Swear to God, it's real.
Oh yeah.
But the funny part is, it's actually harder than you think, because it's harder to do what they're doing and not hurt the other person. They wouldn't have as much injuries if they went at it, but trying to go there, then stop and hold. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Very crazy.
He's one of those guys that's still, like, from what I remember, a couple of times I saw him, he's walking around fine. He's not limping. Yeah. He's not, you know what I mean? So he's smart about he played football too, didn't he? So he's smart about his football days.
He played. It was NFL. I forget. I don't know if it was the Packers. I don't remember. He was on a pro team for a little while.
Yeah, he brief from what I remember, but yeah, he was one of the smart ones. Probably got out early, so he could still have his health, in check.
He still goes in every now and then for a match. Yeah, it's like it's like he could.
But in sports, don't you have to retire by like 30 or something?
Well. In wrestling, if you notice, it's wrestling entertainment.
Yeah.
That's what it's labeled. It's not wrestling, like Olympic wrestling, and it is
Olympic
entertainment. And the whole thing is. But I mean, there's some guys in their 60s still coming and do. Well, Bill's probably late 50s.
Yeah, if not
And
60.
Undertaker's my age.
Yeah.
So, and he's still doing stuff.
We saw you do a move a couple weeks ago.
You know, my tailbone still hurts from that.
It does?
Yes.
When was that?
Like 3 weeks ago.
Did you guys see what happened, man? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
You
Goldberg
tried to
did the spear to finish the matches. Take off running and just bear hug you in the gut at full speed.
I was never really into the WWF or the WWE, but I just remember seeing them, you know, like on TV every now and again. I was like, hey. So the word was out. Well, I got to Fallbrook in 07, and they were talking about him, you know, the guys who worked there. You know, Goldberg lives down here, and he comes in here a lot. Comes to see us, and he gives us autographed pictures and stuff. He's a cool guy. And I'm like, oh, cool. You know, and then, I mean, we have. I'll tell you a story. So I get this call, suspicious person, circumstance, fraud, and it's a realtor, female realtor, and she's calling me. She's like, hey, I answered the call. I take the call. So, yeah, this is so-and-so. How can I help you? And she's like, yeah, this guy called me today, and I don't know if he's being true. It doesn't. It seems weird, and he came in and he wanted me to show him a home, in Fallbrook. And okay, what's wrong with what happened? She goes, well, he's white guy. You always get a description. He was with a big bodyguard. It looked like a bodyguard. The guy was huge. He's wearing a suit, and this guy's a white guy, and he's got this long braided ponytail, light hair, blonde hair, glasses. And he was looking at this house, and I was thinking, I don't know if this is good. I don't know if this is right. That's not right. I think it might be fraud. I showed him 3 homes, and I'm worried about it. So I had to call you guys. I said, well, what else about the guy that, she goes, well, he claims he's a musician, like a very famous musician. And I go, and he's in a band, and it's spelled INXS. I go, oh, I said, that's INXS. I said, that's probably the guitar player. Yeah, I don't remember his name, but I go, yeah, he's legit. So I sent a picture to her. I went online and took a photo of it or whatever and sent it to her. She goes, yeah, that's him. I'm like, yeah, he's the real deal. That's the guy. She goes, oh, I feel so embarrassed. I said, it's not INXS. It's pronounced NXS. And then I brought up the Michael Hutchins thing. And she goes, I remember that guy. I remember what happened. That's the band. Like, yeah, so he's not a fraud. We responded to a house too. It was Dave Mustaine song. I actually talked to his daughter. They had a little disturbance with their neighbor who ended up being nuts. He's going. He was. He's
it wasn't Lars, was it?
No. This was what we call a non-launcher who still lived with his parents. He's probably late 40s, early 50s, and he was just a screw. He's doing pills or whatever, and he got in a little argument with them because they were Mustaine's daughter was her and her friend. I think she was only 16 at the time. And I didn't know. We all knew that Mustaine lived in town, but he lived off another street. He had since moved. And I guess his son, Justice, is his son. So he has unique names for his daughter and his son, but I guess he was in his teenage years. He was throwing some ragers at this gated community that he used to live in. And the managers of that gated community weren't too happy about that. But so they ended up moving, and he was going to get into do the winery thing and stuff. And they bought this property, and they started to build it up. And she and her friend had got an argument. They were driving a gator around the neighborhood, and this guy flipped out on him because he's crazy, right? So they called us, and I responded, and I was talking to her, and I said, well, just ignore the guy. Let us know. Because it's a one-time incident. No threats. So it's just an argument. I said, just ignore him. I'll give you my information. He bothers you again, call me right away. Dial now. Whatever. She goes, yeah, I'm just worried because my mom told me to call because my dad's kind of famous. And I go, your dad? What does he do? he's a heavy metal musician. And I go, then the light bulb went off. Bing. And I said, in my head, I'm like, this is Dave Mustaine's daughter. She goes, yeah, he's Dave Mustaine. He plays for Megadeth. I go, holy shit. In my head, I'm thinking, holy shit.
He's angry again.
Yeah. But I had to be.
Me.
Yeah, I had to be, like, I was going to act like a goofball. Oh my God, can I get his autograph? Can you tell me can you have him sign my business card? That kind of shit. I didn't do that. I just, so that's cool. Wow, I never knew. And anyway,
he just won the lawsuit against Metallica.
Yeah.
He didn't get everything he wanted, but but they got to go back and put his name on the songs from the 80s.
Yeah.
And he wanted 200 some million, and he got 20 some million.
I wonder if that's why he's calling it quits.
Might be.
Yeah, because didn't he?
Because he gets a bit of that from now on.
Yeah, didn't he just call? I mean, aren't they doing one more tour and that's it? He's hanging it up.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. He used to have a studio.
One more. Well, they're doing one more album too.
He used to have a studio in San Marcos. A few years back, quite a years back, because I used to hear about that too through friends, and because they would get noise every now and again, get noise complaints. But after that noise complaint, a particular sergeant kind of befriended him, so they were good buddies, Mustaine and this guy. They'd hang out and stuff. But yeah, it was interesting that he lived there. He was a star. I never saw him in person, but it was kind of cool to know that we have people who live in anonymity in places you would never think. It's like, whoa, never knew he lived there. We heard about him living here, but
yeah, Eric Clapton lives right outside Columbus, Ohio. So
yeah, there's I told Johnny about the Ace Frehley thing. He showed up at our courthouse. I was in the courtroom sitting behind him, and I won't say more, but it was very strange. I saw this guy in '79, and he was my guitar hero when I was a kid before I knew better, but
same here.
But it's crazy the way things come full circle. It's a small world.
But it's weird about Ace is you look at all he did in the 70s, and he's never took a guitar lesson. He doesn't know the name of the scales. He doesn't know anything. Yeah. He just plays.
Yeah.
So you got to hand him credit for that.
Yeah, and there was a lot of that. I mean, I'm a firm believer in there's the readers. If you understand just enough, even the readers eventually they start using your ear. You start using your ear.
See, I took lessons, and but it just didn't agree with me. So what I did to help me with it, I started teaching lessons too.
Yeah.
Because I figured, if I'm here, 6 hours a day, every half hour doing this over and over, it's going to stick in my head too. So I did that for a while, but then I just got away from it because I always played by ear.
Yeah.
I pick the needle up, set it back, listen to it, pick the needle up, set it back till you get it figured out.
Yeah.
Now, I was telling Johnny this about a month ago. My son Cole was never an ear player. And when he first, he's now got a master's from Berkeley, but when he was starting, you could grab the book and just take it from in front of him, and he would just stop. It's like he had to have the book. And his younger sister, he used to get mad at because she's like me. She could play pretty much anything by ear. And plus she did take lessons, piano lessons and everything, so she can read the music too, but she started out, and he used to get pissed at that.
I remember my brother and I was always, I told Johnny this, I was always wanted to be a drummer, always wanted to play drums, always tapping on something. And, I'm by no means any forte. I'm no Jeff Porcaro. I don't claim to be. But my brother would always ask me, how do you know to use that hand with this foot? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I just watch people, I just watch them. I see how they do it, and I just do it. I can hear it. But that's drums. But then guitar came around, and I'm like, I ain't ever gonna get this, man. I started playing guitar late. I started playing guitar when I was 20. It was out of college. My brother had this bright idea, and I knew we were coming to like a crossroads in our careers and our lives, because we were going the right route, doing the right thing. We're going to graduate and go to the university, and we started taking music classes. I'm like, oh man, classical guitar, you know, and then piano, anything that had to do with music to augment your knowledge. And so I started getting into the reading stuff, and the single notes were easy with guitar because standard concert piano tuning, it's all not going to change until you tune flat, tune sharp, tune into a certain key. Then it screws everything up. Then everything changes, right? But if it's standard concert piano tuning, you get used to that. Then your ear develops. And before I knew it, I was hearing a song, and I'm like, I can play that. Oh, it's played here. Oh, it's played there. Oh, okay. And then tab came about. It was already out, but I started really delving into tablature because it was easier, obviously. But for people who are trained in reading music, it was probably harder for them to read tab.
See, I could never figure tab out.
Yeah, some people just, that's just, I mean, even Eddie said that. He goes, I never really read music. And he goes, when tab came out, that was even worse. I couldn't understand that either. So, but the learning how to play songs and then watching people play, seeing how they would play it, like an old tune, that's not what's in tab. So that's why it sounds different, because he's playing it in a totally different place. So I figured it out that way. Like, okay, that's the chord. It's played in this position, not over here. So I got to a point where I started.
The tab is pretty much written out by whoever writes it.
Exactly.
So if they do it, you know, let's say if the actual artist, you know, plays it here, because, you know, guitar is all the same thing. I mean, you just, right. And so, I mean, piano is even, you know, but let's say somebody doing the tab, let's say, you know, the actual artist plays it, you know, maybe up here, but the person doing the tab is like, but they do it here.
Yeah.
Technically, it can be the same notes, just different.
It's different
positions, right?
That's my point.
But the thing is if you play enough, if you play every day,
you figure it out.
It becomes natural, and you'll hear something, and you'll hear it. Oh, and then you can just, you know, depending on how much you do it, you can just automatically do it, or it's easier to figure out. And like I did the lesson thing too. I mean, I taught lessons, you know, in person, you know, years and years ago. And, you know, the student, they would bring a tape or a CD. Oh, I want to learn this riff. I want to learn this, whatever. And so you play it, and you just play it a few times, and then you start to work on it. And then you show them what you did, you know?
See, I hated that because my youngest student I had was 5. So with him,
taught lessons, but I hated doing it.
No. Well, no, hold on. The younger
got
kids
better than me, and they were laughing at me.
The younger kids, you could start out with them from the very beginning and take them from the ground up. Then you get some kid to come in and never played a guitar before, but he's 13, and he comes in with his tapes. I don't care about learning. Just show me how to play this.
Yeah.
That's you know, they would come in every week with a song. Let's show me how to play this song. It's like, why don't you learn? No, just show me how to play that. Okay.
And they're paying you, so why do you care?
Yeah.
Well,
you know?
I felt like I was cheating.
You know, the one thing, and it's for any beginner, at least what I figured out was, we didn't take lessons. We took, you know, music classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the classical guitar course that we took, that's where I learned the majority of how to play. Once I got that guitar in tune, it was on. It was like, oh, duh, you have to have the guitar in tune to a certain pitch. You know what I mean? And this right here, I know I have it somewhere. Let me find it. I still have it right here. This little device. A440, right? That's exactly it.
I think that's what this is. I think this is A.
I bought this. Well, this is E actually.
Oh,
but the frequency is hold on. You know when I got this thing? I got this. It's made in Germany, obviously, so it's good metal, good steel. I bought this in 1990, and I still have it to this day. Yeah. Anyway,
Man.
So you tap it, you put the ball on your acoustic guitar, boom, you're tuned up, you're good to go. And then you learn how to tune by ear because you learn that tone. And then once I figured it out, I was just going off and trying to learn all kinds of stuff. And I was learning how to read. But then we started getting more complicated, and you start trying to read chords. For a guitar, it's hard. For a piano, it's a lot easier because those notes are laid out in order right in front of you. You know what I mean? They're laid out in order. So it's a lot easier to visualize and see. But on a guitar, you have to use your ear a lot more and make it fit, if you don't know exactly what note that is, because you can use your what do they call that? Your main chord or your main note. And all the other notes fill in to make a chord.
Oh, the root.
The root note, yeah. So you got to fill it all in. You learn through trial and error, and then it kind of falls into place. But then you drop D, two and a half step down, drop D. Now what? Those notes are occurring different. Now you have to use your ear, unless you're playing drop D a lot or other weird
It's
things.
a combination of it's a lot. It's skills. It's learning. You have to develop your ear.
You do.
You have to. You have to, no matter what.
I call it the ear memory bank. It's like your ear. It's like it's in your head. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it. So, what I was getting at, the very first thing I learned to do was first position open chords. That's what every guitarist should learn that before you start to learn to progress to a song. Learn
Cowboy
all your
chords.
Yes, cowboy chords. That's what I was going to say. They're better known as cowboy chords. You have to, because those are your notes, and those notes recur all the way up the fret. Yeah, you have to use your barring now, with your index finger, but that's how you're getting all your other chords.
I can.
And you got to remember, you got the octave. Your 12th, your 12th fret. You got a hole in the octave. It's all the same.
I'm on the baby grand right there, and I have no idea how to play piano, but we wrote a ballad that day.
Yeah.
I was just, if it sounded right, that was what I was playing. And that was our singer at the time. He grabbed the guitar and started going on with what I was playing. And he's like, "Where'd you learn to play piano?" I said, "I don't know how to play piano."
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's and with always having at least a keyboard or something that's big enough to go, I don't know how many octaves. You could. What's the standard piano? 4 octaves? Is it 4? Like a grand piano, or more than that?
Where's 88 notes at?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, whatever it is, if you have that ear that's why the people who play piano, they have an ear when they take the guitar, they have that ear for the guitar.
You got people waving at you in the background. Oh.
That's my wife and my daughter. They know we're live. How funny. They're razzing me.
Dallas, thanks for subscribing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I stopped. Of course, all the music stuff ended as soon as I said, what am I gonna do with this? I'm not gonna be in a band. Let's just face it. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Be an instructor? Like a teacher? Like my guitar, classical guitar. He was the coolest guy.
It's a
I thought it was cool. Yeah.
It's a skill, and the thing is with music is if you learn it, I mean, it's like riding a bike. If it's something you learn, and the thing is, it can help you, like, think. Like, I'm always thinking music. I'm always thinking. I don't know how to read. I mean, I kind of learned a little bit. I went back to school 5 years ago and kind of learned some piano stuff, some music theory stuff, whatever. Mm-hmm. It definitely helps. But the thing is, number one is you have to develop your ears.
Here's something that's beneficial too. And I people get mad at me or whatever, but you gotta have rhythm. That's the basics. You have to have rhythm.
Well, yeah.
Even if you're playing guitar, you can't fake it if you don't have. I mean, you can to a certain extent.
You have to have rhythm regardless what you do.
That's what music is about. Music is based obviously in time. It's just not a bunch of notes that happen that just kind of fall into place. It's based in time. It's all mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think the guitar thing was like my brother and I, he's never played drums. So when we both started classical guitar at the same time, and I excelled more than he did quicker because I had rhythm already. You know, I already knew that. I already understood that. You know, I already understood that part of it. So, and he would always, you know, it wouldn't always, but he would run into trouble rhythm-wise. He'd be reading because we were trying to learn music, you know, the simple single note classical guitar stuff, and he would hit the note at the wrong time, and I go, no, it's dotted eighth, whatever.
Oh, you're reading the rhythms too.
The rhythm part of it, yeah. So the drum part of that, the drumming part of that, because I wasn't perfect, but I knew enough to be able to pick it up and go, yeah, okay, it's here. It's da 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 da, you know, whatever the rhythm was. Then I would show him. So that's what, and then it was like, forget the drum set because they're too freaking expensive. I'll just keep playing guitar, and that's when I was already an Eddie Van Halen fan, and that's when it just all kind of fell into place where I want to know everything that guy's doing, and I want to learn how to play it, you know. So.
Yeah, and you saw his guitar yesterday.
I know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, well, Johnny, you know those Caracas, you know, those South American videos from '82. They've been on the internet for years.
I had them on VHS tape. 30 years ago.
So that's how significant that guitar is. That's how long it's been around. Well, we thought it was gone, but it's been around that long, over 40 years. That's crazy to me.
So how long did Mick Mars own it?
Good question.
From what I understand, Rudy sold it to him. Well, technically, if he had it during Feel Good, that would have been 89?
Yeah.
88?
88.
So he would have had it at least. Rudy got it in either 84 or 85. So 86, 87. Let's say maybe somewhere between 85 and 89, Mick Mars gets it. I know Mick Mars sold it in 2001-ish because I have the piece of paper. Somebody sent me a screenshot where he says, I, Mick Mars, got this. And it's, you know, that was dated 2001. Right. So he sold it to somebody. We're just assuming the same person had it all these years. Like, who knows?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's all these, you know, because, you know, I mean, if you've been watching me for years and years and years, we used to talk about this guitar all the time years ago. We had heard rumors about, oh, it's on display at a music store in Sacramento. Somebody said that one time. Somebody said, oh, Mick Mars' wife smashed it in a fight. I don't know where that came from. But so we either always assumed, oh, it's on display somewhere or it's gone. And I had heard about this guitar being around several months back. So I had seen photos of it many months ago. So I knew it was around, and then here it is. Right.
Yeah, that's insane.
And it just happened to be 45 minutes away from me, and I'm there every day.
Yeah, you definitely had no excuse. I had no excuse to not see it, so you definitely had no excuse not to see it. Bay Area Rich made it down there, did he?
No.
Did he? Oh, he didn't end up going?
No. He was going to go down today, and he couldn't. Last minute, I guess. He couldn't. He texted early this morning. He's like, sorry, I can't make it. But
oh, man, he's gonna be bummed. He's going to think about that. He's going to be, I should have gone. Maybe not. I don't know. But, you know, I was telling my wife today, she goes, thank God you went to that thing because we never would have heard any of it. Every day, I should have went to that. I should have saw it. It was there. I should have went to good. I should have went.
You'll be on a rocking chair, you know, super old. I remember the time I should have gone.
Woulda, shoulda,
and I'll be sitting there. It's like, I remember the time I didn't go and see it.
Yeah.
I went all the other times.
Yeah.
I didn't go on Thursday. I should have gone on Thursday.
Because something may have changed.
Yeah. Yeah. Yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Shit, it seemed like it was 2 days ago already. I know. It's weird.
It was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
See, to me, earlier today seems like yesterday.
I know. Yeah.
And yesterday seems like a couple days ago.
So I kept doing that. Remember, let's go back. I was like, now that because you said it, it's the hardest thing to do is to leave, knowing that you're not going to see it again.
It's
it's
impossible.
So we went back
leaving.
We went back that last time before I left because it was crunch time, man. I had to get back because I didn't want to get home past midnight. That was my goal, and I succeeded, but I wanted to stay longer.
Oh,
yeah, I wanted to stay.
Yeah, I
wanted to stay longer, but go ahead.
Yeah, this is you eating the pizza.
Oh yeah. Hey, that was some good pizza. That place, that restaurant's the bomb.
It's amazing. We go every time we go to a show there, we go to that restaurant because 10 times out of 10, whoever played that show will show up in that restaurant afterwards.
Yep. Yeah, why not? It's right there. Right behind it.
Let me ask you two this question. Why was the quarter a 1971 quarter?
I know it's my year of birth, which is pretty cool, but I don't know why. I think it was just I think he just picked it up and used it.
Okay, see, that's what I had a guy argue with me, I don't know, 10 years ago. He's like, oh, no, Eddie, he's specifically a 71, so everybody's got to get a 71 if they're going to make that or get that guitar. I'm like, he probably just reached in his pocket and grabbed the first quarter he had, and that's what he used. And here you are thinking there was some big theory behind it was that particular quarter.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a reason behind it.
Yeah, I just think I think it fit for what he needed for what he needed to use to block the tremolo from going forward, to level it off or keep it from going backwards. I'm sorry, from pulling up.
Yeah,
he probably wanted to stabilize it, and it was a good block for the trem.
Yeah, and so he used it, and then when he didn't need it anymore, he just moved it out of the way, but it stayed there.
Yeah, because I'm sure, because the Floyd Rose, that was all experimental in those days when he got it, because he was the first one
those were without the fine tuners then too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you're dealing with, at least my experience. I put one on my Fender. It was a Squire that had the standard trim, standard tremolo, Fender style tremolo. I had to tilt the neck, put a shim at the neck heel, and then because where I wanted my Floyd fully decked, like sitting directly, completely flat on top of the guitar. So, and then when I did it the first time,
that's only half the tremolo then.
Yeah, true. I know you're a floater. I know that.
Yeah.
No, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But I wanted it because I had a floating trim with my first Kramer, and I wasn't digging it because it snapped the string, and I was like,
well, if they are not set up right, they are a pain in the ass for full floating. At least if you deck it, you could set it, and that's where it stays.
Yeah. So my theory was the old, just standard Fender system because it sits flat. And so when I went and did that, I set everything up, and my neck, the action was high. And then I figured out, neck heel, we'll do the neck tilt, tilt it back a little bit. Took a couple of experiments, and I ended up using a piece of like a file folder. It's kind of hard cardboard. It was just the right height. I put it in, and it was perfect. The action was perfect.
Looks like you got an earring right there.
I know. Yeah. Trust me, my ears aren't pierced. Yeah, that was fun, man. That restaurant's cool.
Is that the guy that kicked the light, Johnny, right there?
I was one of them. I think it was that guy back behind us right there.
I saw the guy, he looked right at me and was laughing when he did it, too. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude.
Oh, funny.
I still like to know the story about the tape over the jack right there.
Oh,
I couldn't tell you.
Was that there when Eddie played it, or is that something that came after?
Well, check this out. I just watched it today. I watched several of those South American videos. The tape is there. Now, why it's there, my only assumption, remember, Johnny, I said that's gaffer's tape? It's not. It's actually electrical tape because it's shiny. Mm-hmm. If you take a look at it. He's probably, because he was using, it's probably just to maybe keep the, because he's using wireless or whatever, probably keeping it from grounding, static and that kind of thing, or maybe even moving, because how active he was on stage with the wireless.
That could be. It could be that. It could be also so he can see.
Yeah,
where
possibly.
to plug in, because remember the 5150, even though that was a barrel jack, it had tape.
Yeah.
Like you're on stage there, and there's either lights or no lights. You're looking down, and maybe he needs to unplug or plug back in.
Yeah.
Could have been.
So you scroll back on that, John. Look.
In those videos, it looks like there's also, unless the jack itself from the wireless is black,
right there,
it looks like it has tape around it too. You can see that tape underneath it, but you can also see tape around the wireless jack. So maybe it was a combination of things, All
right,
hold it into place.
Okay, look at the horns on that. Now they're not. It's fatter towards the end.
Yeah, that's a weird shape.
But they're more resemblance to this though than his other ones. But they're fatter here. But it's that. So
yeah, the top horn, the bottom horn looks like that, but that top horn on the EVH is very weird looking.
It's more it's like it's fatter.
It's a lot fatter.
But I mean the basic style though is more like this than his other stuff.
True.
I don't know. I mean it's weird.
Do you have the lower picture lower down the body, Johnny, or the video? Can you pause it? Take a look at the bottom of the body. It is smaller than the Strat.
Okay, how far does the arm come down off of it?
See right there. That shape right there, that's more. You can see it in person, but if you look at the whole picture, the whole body, it is smaller than a regular Strat body at the bottom.
When I was hanging out there today, somebody was saying, "Yeah, that guitar looks small."
That's what I said.
They're asking me how tall Edward was, and I showed them a photo because I have a photo standing right next to him, and I was telling them, "Oh, he was just slightly taller than me."
Yeah.
And everybody's always saying how short I am.
Yeah, well, Eddie was thin too. I mean, he's probably, like I said, he's probably in 82. He's probably $150 at best.
It's kind of like that bottom.
See, you're sharp. Now that right there is wider. That's wider. It's wider. That's why it's kind of, I mentioned it to Johnny earlier today or earlier, that the bottom part it started to take on the 5150 shape, and they hadn't started on the horns yet or messed with them until he played it. He probably said, "Yeah, I like the horns a little, maybe a little small, a little tighter." Because if you remember, he was playing his guitar higher, like in the first Frankenstrat, the way it was originally, he was playing it lower, hanging down lower, and then eventually as time progressed, and especially by 82, it was up pretty high. So maybe that had something to do with it as well.
Not George Harrison high though.
Yeah, not Beatles, not Beatles high. Yeah. But about that time, Johnny, you can agree he was a Holdsworth fan already, but he started jamming with them, and I know Eddie, there's a lot of things that
you hold the guitar up like this, you can do all the stretching.
Yeah, Holdsworth was he played high too.
Would that be a boogie body?
No, this was at Kramer, and in the chat, I mean, we could look it up, but it's either I think it's called a Walker body by a company called Sports. Kramer had those, and this is the only time I think we saw them using them was for this. That's why this guitar is so unique.
So it got the Sports route in the back?
Because, well, see that? The Sports. That's exactly, at least the guy knew something about that. See? The trash can in the back has the best stuff. So I mean, because that top horn, and also, though, having that strap pin the way it is, it's unique as well, just the whole thing.
know
You
how to
never
do?
saw another he didn't play another guitar that was shaped like this.
Yeah, it's a very those old videos, you know, you look at it, you're like, oh, that's a Strat body. But when I saw this thing in person, I'm like, dude, that thing is that's of its own making. That's something I've never seen before. It's
I'm
not
going
a
to take.
Strat. It's not a Kramer 5150 body. It's just its own animal.
I'm going to take some of my old Schaller blocks and bend them that way and age them and list them on eBay.
Here, check this out. This is a photo from when he was at Kramer. I'm just going to show it on the screen here. See, the neck was on a different body.
Yeah.
So the neck was already finished, and then they stuck it on this body, and the body wasn't painted yet. That's him right there playing it.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Yeah. See,
interesting.
yeah.
You can see the front top horn. That you can tell that's the same body.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it totally is. Yeah.
Even that bottom horn is a little bit wider on the bottom portion of it. It's a weird looking guitar. It's
But
weird.
the neck pickup route is bigger on the finished product than it is there.
You think?
Yes.
If you look at this,
You mean the hump? Okay, the neck.
The neck
the
pickup.
Middle
it's-
of the neck.
the
top,
dummy,
okay,
the
neck
dummy
top
single
one.
coil.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's routed out more than that was where he was playing it right there.
Let me see. It could be maybe because of
See?
the paint.
Look how the top of it, like it
It's
looks
arched,
like
yeah.
they took like a Dremel or something in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's a little uneven too. Yeah, he probably did that maybe. You know, he liked to mess with his guitars, so who knows? Make it fit. It's so
I mean, it looks
funny.
like the pickup is where it is on the bottom of that is right, but just when you start going around the both sides and across the top, it's all off.
Yeah, and it's all uneven. It's not symmetrical. It's like wonky.
That drives me nuts.
You know, it's. I mean, if maybe they were trying to replicate after the finished product, because look at the original Frankie. He's the chisel on that thing. It's all jacked up, but it worked.
Yeah. Well, who pointed this out? Was it you or Laz pointed this out yesterday? Look at the humbucker route on this.
Yeah,
Look how huge that is, man.
Yeah.
You could put the three coil humbucker in it.
Oh, the mother
Yeah.
bucker.
Yeah.
So if it were a Walker, you said a Walker body, it probably came that way,
Something
and
like
they
that.
had an adequate space to do what he wanted to put his pickup where he wanted it to adjust it, and then because
It looks like it's routed on the bottom too, though.
yeah. If you look at the Neptune, it doesn't go that deep.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
It's
my
more
goodness.
angled. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and look at the top of it, right where it goes up, where it almost touches the body. How that's like rounded off instead of a straight route.
Yeah. So they modified it to fit.
Yep.
So he probably messed with it.
Well, they did look at even the middle pickup there. It's even, so they did all three of them.
Yeah, they wonked it all up. You see the studs, the wood screws for the trem
Yeah.
plate? You see how close that right one is where the trem arm
Yeah.
is? Okay, the Neptune was like that, and that wood was chipped out. It was I saw it when it was at the Hard Rock. It's actually broken. So I don't even know if that thing was even playable after that. But that
The
chip,
Neptune?
there's a
Yeah.
chip of wood that's pushed forward because it probably split with the grain because the grain. There's
You know,
probably two.
they all were. Even the original Frankenstein was like that.
Yeah, it trips me out because why would they drill so close? Or why would they route so close to those posts? You know what I mean? Because you got that tension and that pressure. And the
Well, for
strings.
intonation.
Yeah, they got to
No,
have the
no,
right
no.
scale length.
This is
Yeah,
the body.
well, no.
This is the original body.
No, I know, but why would
That's the
they?
original
routing, maybe the routing back then wasn't intended for a Floyd. That's what I'm getting at. So they
Oh, okay.
adapted.
Yeah.
They adapted to that body with the Floyd, but even knowing what you know now, it's like, why would you go so close with those screws to that neck, the route pocket? But which tells me that was a pre-drill or pre-routed body.
Well, I tell you right now, you could only use the wood screw ones for that. You couldn't drill that and put a post in it. It'd come through the other side.
Exactly. But that's my point as well. It's like, well, even with the wood screws, because those wood screws, you have the shaft portion just below where this what do you call it? Where the screw head is.
Yeah.
And it obviously gets narrower where the actual threads are, and it goes down. But yeah, maybe they were depending on the threaded portion down below, and not it not moving when it's all the way screwed in. I don't know. It's just weird. But like I said, the Neptune was busted. It had a chunk of wood pushing forward. Like I was surprised that the thing was still strung up, because the tension that was on it. It was still functional. It looked like, but very
I have
strange.
video of the Neptune too. When I've seen it several times too.
Yeah, I saw that when I was looking at it, because the way they had that thing on display, you could really get up close to it, and take good photos, and there was no reflection. And I saw that, I was like, man, so I took a really good close-up shot of it. It's pretty interesting.
When you drill a new hole in the body for like neck screws or tremolo screws,
yeah,
you drill the hole, and then before you put the screw in, you put wax on the threads of the screw and put it in. It'll keep it from cracking.
Yeah, keep it from binding and cracking. Yeah.
Yep.
Because you got to deal with the grain of the wood too. So if the grain's not optimum right there, if it's going a certain way, it's gonna pop like that, like the Neptune did. So, but yeah, it trips me out how they.
But yeah, there's no way they could have put the studs in that. Of course, they weren't out then either.
Yeah, this was the wood style before that, and it makes me wonder too why they eventually went with the sleeves. The sleeves, and then they modernized it with the screw that goes into the sleeve. You press the sleeve in first, maybe because they were having that issue because they were breaking. They're cracking the wood over time. I don't know.
Well, it's physics. A wood screw, if you're going to have the pressure on it, because you remember that's balanced level on a knife edge.
Yeah.
So if you're a guy who likes to have your tremolo up a little bit in the back, that's creating more pressure than it's supposed to have. So in a wood screw, you use it, especially as much as he used it, it's going to wallow out the hole a little bit.
It's going to start. Yeah, it's going to start. Plus, you got the tension from the string, so it's going to start. Yeah, it's going to start moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, if you have enough wood there, that for some reason held. It looks like it's still holding firmly and strong, but yeah, I can see why they probably eventually decide. We're getting too much. It's starting to move. It's starting to wiggle more. Because it's just the wood that's holding those in place. So maybe those sleeves helped out. It's more of a permanent, like a footing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And speaking of the Neptune, real quick, check this out. Here's one of the videos I did of the Neptune guitar. Although it's too bad that it's just darker. We got really lucky with this guitar with the lighting. It was like so bright in there and everything. The
only thing that was making me mad about this display was the glass. The glass. Not only couldn't you not see the back of the headstock, but I kept getting a reflection. So every time I would try to take a video, it would focus on my reflection and not on the guitar. I couldn't get a good video.
See, what you should have done, G, is like you and Laz just start kidding around, then trip and fall into the glass, and one of you catches the guitar.
Oh my gosh!
Hey, remember Johnny? I asked the security guy, I said, "Hey, can you lift that thing up so we can just hold it for a little bit?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, he looked like me, like I was crazy." And I said, "I'm just joking."
That spacing right there drives me freaking nuts.
You like that? We're going to pause that for you.
My OCD alarm bells are ding, 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 ding.
But if it was the Randy Rhoads guitar, you'd be drooling all over that.
No, I'd still want to fix it.
Hey, Ron, we were talking about this yesterday. So the original Frankie, because it was a boogie body or whatever, and Charvel has been known for their 2 1/4 neck pockets, which are wider than the 2 and what is it? 2 3/16 standard neck pocket. So Eddie's Frankenstrat, the replica, has the wider neck pocket. So it looks like a 2 1/4 pocket because it's a standard 2 3/16 inch neck heel, and he has that space in there. There's definitely gaps in between each side.
Now, is there six neck screws on that one too?
Here's the thing,
On this one?
No, on the
on
other
that one. No, on this one there was. On all of the
On this one, there is.
Yeah, all of the Kramers that I've seen, like the who's that tennis player we were talking about yesterday?
Vitas
Johnny?
Gerulaitis.
That one has 6 on the back because based on the videos I've seen.
That sounds like something you need to go to the hospital
the,
for.
The Neptune,
Oh.
the Neptune had the 6.
We could never see the back of the Neptune in that display.
Well,
but
I'm telling you, with
the
that
rep-
spacing
Let me
right there, that's
play
why
that.
there's 6 screws in that one.
Yeah.
Here's
yeah,
the Neptune.
Well, also, there you go.
There, I'll play it with no sound.
Look at the color difference. Look at the color difference.
Mm-hmm.
It was more of an orange color from what I remember. Well, this video it looks red, but up in person it had an orangey look to it.
That also sounds like something you should go to the doctor for. Doctor, this looks orange.
Look
It's
at the
red.
look at the neck the neck clamp. Those little
It's got these dots that are running.
yeah.
And that sounds serious.
The nut clamps were odd too. They had little ridges.
Your nuts are clamping?
Yeah,
That's serious too.
And that photo's foul, dude. Keep going down.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh, my
was.
gosh.
And look at all the fine tuners are gone. We were talking about that yesterday too. All these little thieves who, when it was on display, they probably took them. That's the whale tail version, right, Johnny? Of the trim, they call it the whale tail. You
I'm
see
not
how it's not straight like a straight edge where it curves where the fine tuners are. It's kind of a smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
Smooth.
Rob would always talk about.
The whale
And
tail.
we did talk with Paul Unkert years ago about all this stuff. You know, all
You
these
might-
different things.
You might see you probably got video of the broken piece of wood I was telling you about with the
On this one?
yeah with the
Right
trim.
there. Right there. You
not-
can see the wood
You
sticking
can
out.
see it sticking out, yeah.
No, not on the left hand side, on the right hand side, on the tremolo arm side. Right right there. See
Yeah.
it? Right by the volume. knob. See that?
He's like delayed a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm delayed. I'm looking at my yeah. You guys got it. That's the chunk that I was talking about. You see how it's pushed forward?
Yep.
But it's still holding in place. Kind of crazy.
Man. Almost. Yeah, you can see that. Dude, and the last time I was there, that guitar wasn't there anymore.
I know. See what I mean? So I thought the thing was going to be there for a good while, and I went to go see it. I'm like, I'll come back and see it again. It was gone. It's gone. They had a EVH art series or whatever in place.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting how you look underneath that pickup. There's like wood or matchbooks or something behind the humbucker. See that?
Yeah, right there.
Right
Yeah.
there. Right
Yep.
there.
Yeah.
Shredded wheat.
Trisket.
Right there. There's a
Yeah.
Trisket back there. I love Triskets.
Yeah, it's just experimental, man. That's all this stuff was.
That looks just like a sliver of wood they stuck back here to keep the pickup level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at
Keep
that.
it from rocking or something.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops.
Yeah. What was I getting at? What were we talking about just before this? Oh, the EVH, the Frankie. Now, I ended up buying one online, and it was a pretty accurate one. It was a lock body. I prefer the K&E bodies, but the lock body with those 4 screws inside, underneath the neck plate, are 2 additional screws, which would make it 6 screws.
Mm-hmm.
But they're flush underneath. They're hidden flush underneath the neck plate.
Have you ever seen?
So I don't know if he did that to his Frankie, but why would the guys who were relicking him doing it? So so maybe it was done to keep it from moving, because if you have the acrobatics that Eddie was doing back in those days, 4 screws ain't gonna cut it. It's always gonna go out of tune.
Have you ever seen any of Billy Sheehan's newer basses?
Wait a minute.
I've heard a lot about them, but I've never seen like up and close.
They have the 4 screws normal.
Yeah.
Then there's that. So your back of your wood, is flat, and there's the 4 screws.
Uh-huh.
Then there's a section that's cut down like this on an angle, and there's 2 screws going in this way that go into the actual heel of the neck.
Oh yeah. To hold it into place even more, to hold it downward. Yeah.
Who was that?
I did Billy
Mr.
Sheehan.
Billy.
Oh,
Hey,
there
this
you
is
go.
Billy Sheehan. You're watching Johnny Bean TV.
Okay, ready?
Ready.
Hola, amigos. This is your bass player, Billy Sheehan. You're watching me right here on my dear friend, it went away.
Oh no.
Johnny Bean.
Also,
And we're back.
Hey, Johnny, if you remember, the width of those plates on those on the Kramers were more narrow, right?
Depending on which model you had. If you had the Focus,
Yeah.
they were like regular. If you had the what do you call it? The Aerostar, some of them they were much smaller.
So the 5150 had the more narrow plate, correct? This one didn't though. This one was more like a standard. Was it standard width or was it a little narrower? I couldn't tell. I have to look at my pictures.
Let's look at the video.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Back to the video from yesterday.
Let's go back to the video from Tuesday.
But here's the
Tuesday. Oh, yeah,
here's
on
my-
Tuesday. I
here's
filmed
my-
a video today, which you guys haven't even seen. But like I was saying, how many times could you film this thing,
Well, you tell us. You did it.
dude?
Every time I
It's
see this,
unbelievable.
every time I see a picture or a video, I find something new on this thing. So yeah.
Like that looks
I
like
don't mind.
Laz in the background.
Hey, I'm going to make those and list them on eBay.
So yeah. Now I'm wondering if that was turned around out of the way. It was probably turned the other way when he bent it. See what I mean? It was probably bent the other way. He probably just turned it to get it out of the way, maybe.
I just want to fix that. That's all
I
I
know.
want to do.
I know. So why would Kramer go with a more narrow neck plate when you already have a lot of movement you have a wider footprint if it's the standard fret distance, right? Why did they go narrower? I never understood that.
What he wanted.
Probably. I was thinking, well, it could be because it's out of the way when you're playing up high, but you still have that piece of wood there. You don't have the plate, but you still have the heel.
Okay, here's another question. Why did he go to the dog chain hooks for straps?
Well, that's something he did originally, and it was like his own version of like a strap lock system.
I think aesthetics too, because remember they do that interview in 2012 where Dave talks about them going to the sex shop to get the bondage stuff. He's probably to match the shit they were wearing. Who knows?
Wait, back
But
up
the-
just a minute.
But
Back up.
the aesthetics have changed. But I'm talking about the hook, the eye hook stuff was useful. You know, I mean, it was like done on purpose, obviously, because it was. He didn't do a lot of jumping around though that first tour because he was plugged up. He was corded. Once he got wireless in '79, that's when he really started jumping around and going crazy.
Plugged up. That's something you go to the hospital for, too. There you go, guys.
Oh my gosh!
Remember '98 when he started using the cord again? He wasn't jumping as much. He was doing some moving around, but he wasn't running
The
around.
super
stage.
long cable.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, look at this. That's not from that car show. That's somebody's regular ride there.
Yeah, I remember that.
Look at that.
That was weird. Parked on the city street.
Who drives that around?
I don't know. There's no headlights, no turn signals. It can't be legal.
Well, that's Monterey. Yeah, they got their own little weird.
Is the guy
city
carrying a
rules.
sword?
He was
who's
going
that
to
guy?
fight Laz.
Who's that guy? Oh my gosh!
What's the name of that
Yeah.
theater again?
Golden State
What's the name of
Theater.
it?
Jason Bonham
That's
is
right.
going to be there
Golden State
on the 19th.
Yeah,
Jason
I know.
Bonham's
So
Led
I've never
Zeppelin.
seen the marquee.
I actually
Yeah.
would rather see Dave Cause than I would Bonham.
I told you guys who else is going to be there. William Shatner is going to be there.
The Shat,
Chevy
man.
Chase is going to be there. Bill Murray is going to be there. All different shows.
Yeah, that'd be
this
funny
is where
if-
we saw Mammoth. Last time I saw Andy Summers, it was here. I've seen Adamant there. We saw Dweezil. You know, we saw Dweezil Zappa there. This guy.
Hi, this is Dweezil Zappa. You're watching Johnny Bean TV.
So many.
It would be
just
funny to
amazing
have-
shows there.
It'd be funny to have Bill and Chevy at the same time. Maybe they can relive their fight they did on Saturday Night Live.
They can wrestle.
Wrestle.
Bill Murray he's performing there as a band.
Wow.
Interesting, huh?
You know, he lives in, or used to anyway, Valley Center, San Diego County. He used to, and his son went to whatever the high school is there. He was known in the area. You know, people knew him. He's just another guy. Oh, that's Bill Murray. Oh yeah, no big deal. I don't know if he still lives there, but you know, it's funny that here we have an area called La Cresta. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I've heard it around the area. La Cresta is west of us up in the hillside. It's like very, very ritzy area. And the rumor is that Barry Bonds has a house out there, or did, because his son went to Marietta Valley High School. And it's on the west side of the 15, opposite of where we live, or where I live in Marietta. And it's also rumored that Tom Cruise has a humble little abode up there. So a lot of people, you can live in anonymity up there. Nobody will have any clue that you're living up there because it's that kind of unknown, you know, unless you know the area.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's an interesting thing to think about because you guys, you know, he's a big Scientology guy, right? There's a Scientology center. Their major West Coast center is here in Hemet off Gilman Springs Road. I've been past it many times. And it's a very strange, well, you know, it's Scientology.
I've walked by the one in Hollywood.
Well, that's the church, but this is their compound. There's a major compound here, and then there's the other major compound in Florida. And I don't remember what area of Florida or town it's close to, but one of my partners, another story, one of my partners, his uncle was a reservist for our department. He's a self-made man. He's got his own air conditioning company. He got hired, you know, they phoned through the phone book, picked his company. He got hired to do work on that compound. And he said, I pull up, there's cameras everywhere, the entrance to one of the gates. People pull up in a golf cart. Two of the people on the golf cart, one driver, he's supposed to escort me, but two of the people who were also on the golf cart had cameras. As he's doing the work, they're filming him. Everything you do, they follow you and they film you if you're not a member. Very strange. I was like, so you still did the job? And he goes, yeah, man, I got paid well. I don't care about the cameras. He goes, but it was weird. So anyway, from the stories I've heard and some of the people who have gotten out of it, what's the gal from
King of Queens, Leah Remey.
Yeah,
Ramey.
She has a very interesting story to tell, and from other stuff I've seen, I believe it. Yeah.
Wow.
I've been past it, and there are cameras on. It's all gated, of course. It looks like Disneyland with nobody there. They're all
Looks like Disneyland, but not fun at all.
There's no rides. What I'm getting at
It's
is
Wally
that
World.
area, yeah, that area. Yeah, exactly. It's like there's no rides, but it looks it's like a place in Hollywood in the middle of the desert. Yeah, it's got this huge like building. It's like their I don't know if it's an arena, but it's got the Scientology symbol on it, you know, on top. It's just eerie because you don't see people walking around inside. You don't have, if I'm not mistaken, they got a little golf course in there, but everything's like meticulous. Everything's green. There's no dry grass. Everything's manicured from what I can see. But you take Gilman Springs Road, you go right past it. It's right there.
That's
Now,
like,
my point is, if it's close enough for Tom Cruise, He lives. If he has a house in La Cresta, it would make sense because it's right there. It's literally like 25 minutes away. So if he's in like he still is, it would make sense. You know. I don't
20 to 25 minutes away from me is the Palace of Gold, the Hare Krishnas.
Oh yeah.
It's over in West Virginia. It's like 25 minutes from me. It's literally gold everywhere. And that's surveillance like you wouldn't believe.
Oh yeah.
Especially when gold went up, 10 years ago to the ridiculously high prices.
Yeah. There was who was the guy? He was an English guy. He had a talk show. He just went off the air here recently, like last year before.
Oh, Ferguson.
Is it Ferguson? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So they did a bit. He did a bit with Tom Cruise. Scottish or English? He had a whatever British accent.
He was on years ago. Oh no!
Very recently.
You're talking about the guy from
Craig Ferguson.
No.
There's a guy on CNN. There's a guy on CNN.
No. This guy had a talk show. He had a nightly show. He had the blonde.
Yeah,
hair.
that was Craig Ferguson.
No. This guy was.
You're talking about the actor guy. He used to be on a show
He did the karaoke in the car.
Yeah.
Stars. Okay, that guy.
You're talking about in the chat. Who's he talking about? I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about because he used to be on a show called.
He did. He was on a TV show or something.
He was on a show. He was on like a comedy show.
Yeah.
Over there called Gavin and Stacey. I used to watch that years ago, and he was on that. He was an actor, and then he started doing the talk show.
Okay, so when did he went off the?
Camden?
Come on, I know you know the name.
James Corden. Thank you, Lee.
Yes. Okay, him and
she
Tom
held up
Cruise.
a card in the back of your window, and it said that.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Actually, Freddy Krueger was back there with a card.
You wound me up on that one. Hey, but he did a thing with Tom Cruise where they jumped out of an airplane and they parachuted down. This guy died. That was at Paris Airport, which is right here. It's like 10 minutes north of us.
Oh my gosh!
So why would he be at Paris Airport? Because they have a jump school there. They're well known, very well known for the jump school. They have one at Lake Elsinore as well, but Paris is just off the 215, which also makes sense. He's probably, hey, go to the Paris Airport. It's right by my house. If he lives in La Cresta, it's right there. So, all rumors. I'm just surmising, but it makes sense.
Orange.
But it makes sense. I said it may be all rumors. I'm not saying they are rumors, but it may be all rumors.
Yeah.
Dang, look at that motor. Jesus.
B12.
They all are pretty much V12s, right? The Lamborghinis, yeah.
Yep.
What was that one, Johnny? You guys showed off yesterday. It was 10 million starting bid or something. That black one that had red trim. We were looking at. That motor looked like it looked like a speedboat. It looked like a boat motor. It was huge.
Oh, it was in there.
It was on. It was by
the guitar store.
Yeah, it was over by the guitar.
It was in that area. Oh, this is where we couldn't get back in.
It was there. Yeah, it was in that area.
No show for you.
You're not coming in.
Out. Get out. Look at that kid showing off with his car just rode by. He's revving up the batteries.
Well, they had the hardcore dudes guarding the gate by that point. I'll leave them. You cannot come in. Scared Laz off.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I don't know if I filmed. Yeah, we didn't. Oh, there's that dog. Oh, I saw that dog today. That guy and his dog, they came up to the display today, but he didn't recognize me. Yeah, but I saw the dog today, and I was like, oh, there was that dog. That dog was so soft. Look at that. It's just a puppy.
Jack. Anybody in Monterey want a B-52 head, there's one right there.
Yeah, look at this dog. Look at that. Look at this little guy.
He's only 4 months.
Oh, okay.
That's Jack.
Jack, come on.
It's a puppy.
Jack.
Hi.
Oh, look at that.
Now Johnny needs a dog.
Well, I'm a cat lady now, but yeah, I had a dog. Oh my goodness.
But you know what's weird? The dog named Jack, and it jumps on you. You're like, Jack off.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
That's the music store dog there, or was that some guy that was walking around? Brought him
Yeah,
in?
that's a music store dog.
Oh, cool.
Aw, puppy. Yeah,
all
Peggy, I'm
fine
a
and-
cat lady now.
It's all fine and dandy till he hikes his leg on one of those high-end Mesa boogie cabinets. Hey, he's gone.
Peggy, am I wrong?
No, I miss our little dog. We had a Westie. She's a good dog. She passed away a few years back.
Alex.
It's rough,
Alex.
man. When they pass
Rough.
away, it's not fun.
No, I
Rough. It's rough.
dude, my dog was 17, man,
I know. That's incredible, man, for a canine.
for a
That's-
Dalmatian.
Yeah, 17. That's a lot of dog years.
For a dog that size, yeah.
Yeah. I think ours made it to 11 and a half, which is average for a Westie between 10 and 12 years. Some of them, I've seen Westies that were like 16, 17. They're barely moving by then, but they're still going, you know.
Mm-hmm. The talking
Yeah.
dog?
That's a Marshall.
Huskies are the talking dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
They actually,
West-
you can actually just talk to them and they talk,
Yeah.
they say things.
Our Danny was her name. She used to talk. In fact, Taylor just sent me a video from 11 years ago where she's talking to her. She's, arr, 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 arr. Yeah, she's a good dog.
Yeah. My dog used to talk. I had a talking dog. That's how my channel started, was I had videos of my dog talking. That's how this whole thing started.
Howie, right? I remember Howie.
Howie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what. I think that's how I don't even remember how many years that was. I think that's how I started.
That?
I saw your videos, yeah, with Howie. But then
That
you
was
also
like- That was like 2007.
But when he started getting
It's a
up
long
there in
time
age,
ago.
it was when he started getting up there in age. Remember when you took him on a trip, cross country trip? I think it was about a year before that. A couple years before that, I started watching because you also had others. I noticed that you had the Van Halen stuff posted too, and I was like, so is it about his dog or about Van Halen? What's it? You know? And that's when I started watching your videos. They were becoming more popular, and that's how I found out about you.
Johnny, are we going to the benches tonight? That was a question asked in the.
I'm not. I'm not going to the bench. Look, he's yawning.
The
huh?
benches. Yeah, it's getting late, huh? What time is it? I lost track of
It's,
time.
I can't. Wait a minute.
It's
Okay,
only 10 o'clock.
I won't go to the bench, but I'll show a couple pictures.
It's only 10 o'clock. All right, show some. Yeah, show those. Where's Ned? Ned's inside. Hey, Lewis. Hello, Lewis.
Okay.
All right, show your bench. I'll be right back.
That's the new bench.
Check it out. Yeah, I have.
Mhm.
What's the Lowe's version? Husky's is Home
Depot.
version. What's
Yeah.
What's
Cobalt.
the Lowe's version? Cobalt. I have the Cobalt version of that very same bench. It's blue.
Peggy. Wait, Peggy, look here.
The table,
Organ-
the top is wood, and it's perfect for
Yeah.
a guitar. Yep.
Organization.
Yeah. Tool management.
Went the wrong way. There's another one.
Clean.
This is just the guitar bench where I do all the work.
Nice.
That's why I kind of hate to get rid of the one that's behind me because it had a lot of guitars on it. But
That's a perfect size right there, though.
Yeah.
Perfect length. Yeah. That's way cool.
And then my wife came home today with this for me
Oh, yeah.
to sit on top of it. And it's
Nice.
so.
Nice.
And yeah, Peggy, you're right, because believe me, I spent years helping my dad, and I'd spend, 2/3 of the time looking for the tools.
Yep.
You spend a half hour looking for something that you need for 5 minutes. And that just stuck with me, and I had to have everything organized after that, because it's a lot quicker. I can go over there, open the drawer, it's right there. When I'm done with it, instead of setting it on the bench, I put it right back in the drawer. Now, when I had this bench, I had another toolbox that you guys didn't see. It was up against the wall. It was a yellow roller, the one you can pull around. And I had to, go from the bench to that box, and from that box back to the bench. This way, everything, as I'm right there, as soon as I'm down, I pull the drawer and put it back. Makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker. So
Yeah. It reminds me of, every tool has its rightful place and should be, so you know where it's at.
yeah,
There was
Right,
when I was in
well, I did, I do the same thing. All the ones out in the garage, plus they're wiped off before they're put away.
yeah. Cleaned
So
up.
so you grab it, you don't get, it's clean when you grab it, and it's clean when you put it back.
Yeah, when I was in the Navy, I worked on airplanes. It's something called tool control, and for obvious reasons, because from
Oh,
time
yeah.
and experience, you get something fall in the bilge of an airplane. It can be troublesome. So they would have these toolboxes. They would all have numbers. You pick specifically what you were going to work on. You go to the tool shop. Hey, I need to check. I'm going to be working on this portion of the airplane. Okay, you need this toolbox. Had all the tools in there, and you open it up, and each tool had a silhouette cutout of where it was supposed to be. So that way, when you were done with the job, if you had an empty silhouette, you better find that piece.
Yeah. See, that's what I did here. I
Yeah.
did here on the top.
Yeah.
If
And
you look over to the well, if you're looking at the screen, it's on the left side. But those, the fret cutters and the nippers,
yeah.
and then the fret,
Yeah.
it's all cut out.
Yep. Everything has its place. I like that.
Yep.
I like that setup. That's what it reminds me of. We've had birds that have come in where people have done they used to have like 7-day, 14-day, 30-day inspections. You pop open the panel. Oh, it's a crescent wrench sitting there. That plane was flying this whole time with a crescent wrench sitting right there. Luckily it never moved around. Yeah. That's why the tool control thing was a big deal.
Yep. Well, that's how, when I was working with Bob Bond on the race team, that's how it was. He was also,
Same probably same issue.
Yep.
Losing tools. I mean, you're talking Torx tips that are yay big, and the holders. You lose those things easily. If they get stuck in a controller arm or something, yeah, you can imagine. Not good.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
over here, Johnny.
Johnny, look. Yeah, smash that thumbs up. How many people we got? We got 67 watching right now. You guys are
I forgot
awesome.
to
Cool.
I forgot to give you guys a thumbs up there. Let me hit that button.
I'll give you your trolling accounts and give us more thumbs ups. Thank you. Dude, yeah. Yeah, we don't have to. We've been a couple hours. Yeah. I think in a few we'll be good, but I know you're exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Where's Laz?
Actually,
He's up in Yosemite.
where
Went to
is
Yosemite?
Laz?
I think he said he was going to Yosemite.
Did he talk about it yesterday where he was?
Yosemite Sam.
McLaren. He saw a $10 million Ferrari earlier today.
Oh my God, what was
Taco Bell.
that? Did you see that? Did something just fly by on the screen there?
Dude, that was happening all day yesterday.
Wait a minute.
Cars. I was gonna say
It looked like
guitars.
something, a rocket just went by.
Lots of
Did you see
cars
that?
here.
McLaren.
Watch this.
He saw a $10 million Ferrari earlier today.
No,
That was just a regular car, and it was beefed up, souped
Yeah.
up.
yeah. Remember we went to the restaurant. They kept driving by, and because they had their windows open because the weather's so nice. And that was happening like every 5 minutes. Mom, somebody would gun the throttle or something.
Guitars.
Yeah,
Cars here.
dude.
McLaren.
Yeah, listen to that.
You saw
Look
a
at this.
$10 million Ferrari earlier today.
Yeah,
Taco Bell.
yeah.
That's like a regular car that just drove.
They
Johnny,
souped it up.
AI
It's probably got a freaking nitrous in it or something. That's what it sounded like.
AI didn't do that good for me. Look.
What?
I can't see.
Oh, that's you. That's the anime version of you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I look like I'm one of those Japanese cartoons.
Oh my goodness.
It's pretty funny.
Did you guys see that car? That car was quick.
It sounded like it had nitrous in it. That was what that
Like
noise
you
made.
heard it and then you saw it just fly by.
Yeah.
So anyway, I went back to that restaurant today. I sat there by myself and ate. It was kind of sad. But I had that same chicken sandwich. It was incredible. And what was I going to say? I don't know.
Oh, we were talking about the parking garage issue earlier. Should I talk about that?
Sure.
Well, we've had enough of that.
No,
I was trying to find my car, and I couldn't hear the alarm because that car and many others were gunning it up and down those streets. I'm trying to hear the beep, and in addition to the people driving around the parking structure, I'm like, I'm gonna lose it here. It took me 20 minutes to find my car.
I think
was
one of the
crazy.
reasons why I'm so exhausted, I mean, for me, it's only a 45-minute drive, so it's not a big deal. But I didn't want to pay for parking, so I kept parking in these 1-hour spots. Well, today I did the 2-hour spots, but they're like 4 blocks away. Because everybody that came up to me at the display,
Mhm.
they, we were, chatting and like, where'd you park or where you from, whatever. And my alarm kept going off every couple hours. I'm like, I have to go move my car.
Because of
And
those
it's
cars.
like, so the thing is, I've walked so much, just walking back and forth from there, all 3 blocks, where that restaurant was, and like 2-3 blocks past there, right?
Mhm.
So it's just walking around, but also being exhausted of the excitement of seeing that guitar.
Plus you're kind of, you're on, what do you call, high alert or hyper vigilant because there's so many people around, cars, noise,
Yeah.
Hey, that parking structure, I told Laz, it was only $7. It was only $7. I thought I was expecting $25-$30
All day?
Yeah, well, for just those 4 hours, I was there 3.5 hours, $7. I was good with that.
So you
that,
drove,
that
like I
right
said,
you
there.
drove
wait,
8 hours to hang out 3 hours and then drive another 8 hours.
that's a
Yeah,
fan
that's
right
the
there.
whole- Oh yeah, that's a separate issue. Driving, I can handle the driving. I can handle that. That the mental process, that's easy. But it's the next day, like today, man. That's when you feel it. I was like this.
I was wondering, on the drive up and on the drive back, were you just cranking those shows, those Van Halen shows?
It was funny. I had on, because I haven't figured out the car, the radio stuff, and we don't have. I listen to. I usually
It's stuck
listen to
on
Sirius.
country. Oh no!
It's worse than that. I listen to my news shows in the morning because I want to keep up to date or updated. Well, FM is limited, so I don't have Sirius XM in that car. I have it in my truck, so I can listen to Ozzy's Boneyard, Liquid Metal, Hair Nation, all those. Whatever mood I'm in, country.
Mhm.
Sometimes I feel like country. That's very rare, but sometimes I do. Anyway, I had it on AM for most of the ride there. And then when you sent me, I was in. Where was I at? I was probably an hour and a half away from Salinas, and you sent me that your
Be right back.
your audio.
Okay.
You did
the
interview.
podcast that I was
The
on.
podcast, yeah. And
And let me give you
makes-
guys that again in the chat. Check this
Yeah.
out, you guys. I was on a podcast a couple days ago well, to talk about this whole thing. So make sure to check this out. You can listen to it. Yeah. If you guys haven't had enough, if you guys aren't sick to death of us talking about this guitar, listen to this.
Yeah, that was awesome. It got me pumped up, man. I heard it and I was like, it made time go a lot faster, of course, because it wasn't, AM radio, it's regional. So I would listen to the LA stuff till all of a sudden it would phase out. Then I got into the Bakersfield stuff. Whatever locality I was at, it was changing. And
right.
It was just, So finally, when you sent me that, I listened to it and I was like, wow. And then I was literally 10 minutes from where I was supposed to be when it ended. So it was perfect. On the way back, I was like, you know what? I ain't listening to AM for the rest of the time here. I finally figured out how to plug in my phone, and because I have Sirius on my phone, so I went that route.
Cool.
I killed time for me.
Cool. Yeah, I didn't listen to anything. Actually, no. Yesterday on the way down, I listened to that podcast because the guy had sent it to me literally half an hour before I was leaving anyway, and then so I listened to it on the way. Today, there and back, I didn't listen to anything.
Yeah.
Didn't listen to nothing.
If most of the drive is scenic, but the route that I chose, it diverted off the 99. I could have gone the 101 way through like Woodland Hills, through Ventura along the coast, Santa Barbara, up north, past my brother's house, Pismo Beach. But it's a little bit longer. It was like about 50 minutes longer. And there was more traffic, so I was like, man, I'd like to choose another route because the one I took up here is boring, especially from I-5. You cut across I-5 and then you divert onto the 46. Flat, oil fields, oil derricks everywhere, and nothing. Some orchards here and there, but it's just, as far as you can see, just road. So that was the worst of it. But for the most part, it was a nice drive.
Roads. We don't need roads.
And then that portion of I-5, it's 2 lanes going both ways. So then you get these people who are. I think I'm going to go faster. No, I'm going to slow down. Well, I think I'm going to go faster. And I'm going to slow down. And they keep doing this, and finally they gave me enough of a gap. I'm just go past them. That was what killed me. It's like, there's a passing lane. There's something called a passing lane.
Yeah.
Pull to the right, let them pass. Yeah. Other than that, it was all right.
It was cool.
Hey, for that, it was worth it. Man, that was. I was surprised I even stayed that long, to be honest with you, because I wanted to get back at a decent time. It was before midnight. That's all I really cared about. But that was a good time. 3.5, almost 4 hours there. So, and again, might not ever get a chance to see it again. So that's why I did it. That was the main reason. I was disappointed that my brother couldn't go because he really wanted to be there and see it. I sent him the pics today. I sent him a picture of it today, and he's like, "Oh man, I should have gone." But
yeah, it's too bad. People that should have like today when I was there today, we had a few people come up and they're wearing Van Halen shirts, and like I think I said this earlier, there was this lady. She came up to me and she's like, "Yeah, I saw this video on YouTube of this guy showing it." And then she was like, "Wait a minute, that's you." That was you. I saw you. I was watching your video and decided to come up.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And like I said, that's how I found out. You posted it that Wednesday, I think it was. Like,
that's what I'm saying is nobody else is posting about it. It's wild, man.
Because it's so like it's last minute. Like here it is,
and it's in such an interesting location.
Yeah.
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 The car tells you to take a coffee break. I wish my car would tell me that because I love coffee.
That's what it did. It did. It goes. It says specifically. It says time to take a break, and it's a question mark, and it shows a little cup of coffee next to it. Those steam coming off it. That's when I first saw it. I'm like,
yeah, that's what
Oh, she posted. I'm still late. Yeah, nice. How funny. Yeah, I told her about that. I said, this car is cool, man. This thing's it tells me that I need to take a car break. I was waiting for the P break.
You just need it driving for you, and you just need the seat to be a toilet seat.
Oh, it has. You have a button you can push where it keeps you in the lanes. You just go hands free. But I wasn't going to do that. That scares me because I don't want to be that guy crashed out in my car, on cruise control. Just
in the future, we're going to have cars that drive themselves. They make coffee for us. They talk to us, and the seat that we sit on is a toilet seat. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, and then come nighttime, right? I told you I got stuck in that traffic. I told my wife about this. I said, our car's got what do you call that? Lighting they call it ground effects. When you see a car, it's got the color on the bottom. They're driving around town, the cruisers, lights up the ground. We got that kind of stuff inside though. I was seeing this lighting by the glove box. This little strip. Mm-hmm. It's kind of subdued. You can't see the light, but you can see the glow. And I thought it was my phone, the light from my phone, because it was sitting in the passenger seat. And I was like, what? Okay. Finally, I figured it out. I turned up the music I was listening to, and it started getting brighter, and it was pulsating to the music. Dude, we got disco lighting in this thing. It was. Do
you remember?
Cool. It's like accent lighting or something.
The late 70s, you used to buy that thing. It looked like a speaker with the frosted cover, and it would play the different lights to the beat of the music.
Yeah. That's like, it reminds me of one of the these Bluetooth speakers that do that. They pulsate to the beat. I was like, we got that in our car, man. This is sweet. Nope, Carvana didn't tell me it had this. This is cool.
But the car told you.
Yeah, it told me to get coffee. I thought it was cool. I was like,
you were driving out of the parking lot, and the car's like, "Thank you for buying me."
Now go to Starbucks.
Dude, this car, this car, it's only a 4-cylinder, but the way they make them nowadays, it thing gets up and goes. I was able to, pass people. Like I said, man, this thing's got more power than my 6-cylinder Tacoma.
So you could have been cruising around Monterey in your car, gunning the engine and stuff.
I know, right?
I think that was you that drove by in that video.
Irritating everybody else trying to eat their lunch.
Getting the hell out of here.
This is you right here.
Hey. Lots of cool cars. It's
where are you?
Lots of cars.
Right here. Right here. Here's you. Here's G.
Saw a $10 million Ferrari.
I'm leaving.
Right there. There you are.
That was me. That was me. I gunned it. I saw you guys.
Did you hear that?
Dude, that was going on all day yesterday. Do you remember that? That was going on all day. I was like, why?
I'll beat the traffic.
Why is this so damn?
You know what it reminds me of? It's like we're in Star Wars, and the planes are all flying over like we're on Tatooine or something.
Yeah, that's how it was.
That's what it sounds like. And it's nonstop.
Cars. I was gonna say guitars,
right?
Lots of cars here.
Hear that? That one?
Yeah, that sounds like nitrous.
Saw a $10 million
this one?
Nitrous makes that.
Today.
That one?
Taco Bell is here.
Taco Bell's right there.
Taco Bell.
Lots of cool cars. It's at the Portola Hotel and Spa in Monterey Bay. It's the RM Sotheby's.
Yeah. You got the seagulls
auction thing.
But when you get like across the street, that's when you got people.
But this is what's going on.
We've been here for hours.
Oh, it's edited.
We're at the end of it here, kind of.
Are we gonna try to go back in there, or?
One last look, man.
Oh, he tries to go in and they don't let him in. Oh, no, you're not getting in.
No show for you. Get out.
We saw you in there
It's
earlier.
Captain Obvious.
Is it?
There he is.
No more.
Second shift security guard.
Slides his way meeting women.
Hey, look, it's Captain Obvious.
Backs into him.
Wait a minute.
Watch. Moved around, now back into her. Yeah, see? Hey, baby, how you doing? You need to ride in my Franken van.
Oh God, he might be watching.
Oh,
I know.
sorry.
That's fine.
we're locked out.
Laz
We
knows
can't
I'm
get in.
having fun.
He's like, you know, my car is locked up in that gate back there, right there. That's my car. I'm trying to get to it.
In the morning till
You can
about
never have
3
too many
in the
guitars, though.
afternoon, they'll be open, but no more. Only buyers are allowed.
He's wearing a shirt
Gotta
off
have, like,
that
that
he
$1 million
paid
card.
$5 on Facebook for.
I like that little kid who just blew by in that little blue
Oh,
car.
well.
Cars downtown. You don't want to look at cars.
Well. Oh, my God.
Let's do this.
Uh-oh. And then did you see when we were walking around and they were having the auction?
125.
You found John Wayne on the ground?
Should have brought that home. I'd have put that up in here.
125. RJ.
The Duke's cool.
30,000. 130. We're down to the last two here. At 130.
This was like blasting through the whole city.
At 130. At 130.
They're over there looking at that stuff. And then finally, you get back to that other part and you see what they're doing.
Yeah, they're probably they run
We were talking about
the ad guitar across that stage
We can
and
say that
start
we
auctioning.
used their bathroom.
We did. Johnny,
We got to use the Sotheby's bathroom earlier.
you can come down here anytime, Johnny. It's just a Monterey conference.
I was in that bathroom today. It's nice.
We are.
You know,
What are they doing?
What was
now?
the
What are they
temperature
doing?
there that day?
Oh, so we're stuck. It was nice.
oh, it's nice.
nice. It
Probably
was-
low 70s. Low 70s. It was overcast for most of the day until I left. It cleared up a little bit, and then it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
it's
that's
low
why I left.
70s and people's wearing sweatshirts and jackets. Holy crap!
It would be cool enough if you're sensitive to cold, I guess, sensitive to weather. You could dress like
It's-
that. But yeah, I was fine. I wore a t-shirt, shorts. I like cooler weather, so I was good. It was perfect for me.
It's a beach town.
Yeah.
Like you see the that's the bay, right? Like right here, you actually see it.
It's
Right
technically
here.
it's technically a coastal town, Johnny.
A coastal town, yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
It's like
Up
here. It's like
further
where I
north,
am.
Coast, Central Coast.
It's like where I am here. I mean, we got the water. I could take in 5
Yeah.
minutes. I could take you to the water.
Yeah.
But if you look right here, like if we turn
Yeah, it's
around, like
co-
right
oh,
there,
it's-
like
it's
there's
up-
boats
yeah,
right
yes.
there.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. The wharf's right there. Yeah.
See?
You know, here's the funny thing about that. Did you see how many seagulls were flying around there? I'm like, these guys aren't worried about these $10 million cars, with all these seagulls about. I'm like,
Oh.
that's a little risky,
Yeah, but they're so covered with ceramic coat that it just wipes right off.
Yeah, it's just scary. I mean, something that nice and something that.
Now on the inside of the car, that's a different story.
That's what I mean. These convertibles and stuff. It's like, oh,
Like that one.
that could be
Yep.
a bad deal.
It looks like Duggery's car in Speed Racer.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
What a trip.
Yeah, I wore a jacket today and yesterday. Good night, Luke.
Lewis. Good night, Lewis. Have a good night, my friend.
Later, Lewis. Villarreal. Hey, Lewis.
Yeah.
Something I was going to bring up. When I was heading home, Johnny, the money. You know when there's a lot of money in that city or that town, whatever.
You can say I owed you money. I'm like,
No,
I forgot, Johnny. Remember that
Okay,
$500? Remember I paid for one of those cars for you to drive home, Johnny?
The airport, it's got its own airport, Monterey. When I was stuck on the 68 in traffic, I forgot to, I don't know how many I counted, private jets coming in. One after the other.
Dude, when you're standing, like if you watch my original video,
dude,
you see private jets flying right
G7s.
over us the entire time.
Yeah. So they're not, those people, private jets, now airliner, if you see an airliner, okay. Just your average, public flying, it's cheap. No, these are all private jets coming into that place. Like there's big money there. Big money. And some of the homes, if you look up on the hillsides from where I was on the 68, just amazing, man. I was like, good Lord, what are we doing? What am I doing? I need to get into tech. I need to learn how to.
My life sucks.
invest illegally.
Insider trading.
Exactly.
Get a hold of Martha Stewart.
You know we're live, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and there was
I
a
do
video that I wanted to
I do
show
my-
Ron too.
I do my taxes proper, so I'm good. Great restaurant, by the way. Turn 12. Yeah, that was a. You know what?
That restaurant, is that chicken sandwich, man. The more I go down there, the more I'm going to have that chicken sandwich, and the more of me you guys are going to see.
Or before we
That
got
thing's
there,
so good.
Before I got to Monterey, I was in Salinas and I was getting gas there because I ain't paying Monterey prices. I got gas in Salinas.
Wait, what is the gas there?
The gas in Salinas was I paid $3.99.
What was it here in Monterey?
I know it was more, but I don't remember if I saw it. It's probably closer to $5.
I paid $2.39 today a gallon.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Well, this is
gas.
California. I mean,
Gas here is $5. Gas there is probably $5 and up.
in Monterey, but just Salinas
In
is
Monterey.
like Salinas is just right outside of the city, you know, and it was only $3.99. It's actually 10 cents cheaper than where I live here in Marietta, which kind of threw me. I was like, I'm pulling over there. I had to wait for 2 cars ahead of me to get gas because it was probably the cheapest in town, but I waited. It was worth it. But Laz calls me and he's like, "Hey, you're gonna get. Why don't we're gonna look into the turn 12 and I'm gonna make reservations." And then we end up going there and there's hardly anybody in there. Like we need to make reservations.
There was nobody in there.
Yeah, there was nobody in there.
know.
So I joked with him about it.
know.
I'm like,
I ate there today and there was nobody in there.
yeah.
It was delicious.
And the prices being that it's Monterey, it's I consider it cheap for the food, the quality of food. It was good.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing, and that's the place to go too. When there's a show at that theater,
Yeah.
that's the only place that's open afterwards, and you're guaranteed to run into one of the musicians or somebody from that at this place. It's like when Mammoth played, we went and saw them, and there's Ron's car, and then afterwards, I was sitting there for like 2 hours hanging out with Mammoth, with the band.
Yeah.
They were all in there and Pat, Uncle Bertinelli was in there too, and he knew me
cool.
because of my hat.
That's
He's
cool.
like, "Oh yeah, you with the cap."
Gee, how far are you away from Buena Park?
Buena Park. Let's see. You're talking about Knott's Berry Farm area. That's it's right there in Anaheim, so very near NAMM, very near Disneyland. Probably an hour and a half. If I go straight shot with no traffic, an hour.
That's
Hour
when
and
I
20 minutes.
stayed out there with my relatives. I stayed at Buena Park, then my other uncle at Laguna Beach, and then I have another uncle at Redondo Beach.
Yeah, all of that's all in Orange County. Riverside County borders Orange County, and so if I go just due west Ortega Highway, it doesn't take me long to get in Orange County. Marietta is north of Temecula, right next to it though, and we're kind of in a good place because we're close to LA. We're close to the desert area. If you go to Palm Desert, I don't ever go to Palm Springs, and just just whatever. If we want to go up to Big Bear, it's close enough. If we want to go, the only thing I miss is the accessibility of the Central Valley where I grew up. Because you can go skiing, in the wintertime, a couple hours away. You can go to the Central Coast, which is only a couple hours away if you wanted to. Everything was pretty local, pretty close. But you weren't close to LA. Like NAMM for me is perfect because I only drive.
Are you okay, G?
Oh, that's him? Oh, I
Yeah.
thought that was me. I left the studio thinking that was my...
No.
Uh-oh. Well, I guess the show's over. Gee. Wait a minute. He didn't
G's
fall
all
out
out
of
of
his
shape
chair,
over-
too, did he?
He's all out of shape over this show.
Did he fall out of his chair, too? Oh, my gosh. Do you guys remember that? That was horrible.
Yeah.
Okay, while we're waiting, hopefully he's okay. I mean, I'm sure he's fine. Oh, the battery died backstage?
Ah,
I think I lost my battery power. Oh, no. Well, you're still here. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Plug it in.
Plug it in. He has to go to bed. Dude, he slept. He drove 16 hours yesterday to hang out with us for like 2 hours. Do you know this?
That's a fan, man. That's a fan.
Oh my gosh. I felt so bad.
I mean, that's like Bay Area Ridge coming clear from California to Ohio to see the Van Halen setup.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's him flying, not driving. Right. Speaking of driving,
still, it's 3,000 miles away.
Let's show this. I wanted to show you guys. Gee, all good, man. It's all good. Thank you so much, man. Check this out. This was today. Here's footage from today. And I filmed this especially for Ron.
Got to be something pink. I knew it. Would you drive that, Johnny?
Of course.
I wouldn't even ride in it.
They're right with it. Look at that.
No way in hell.
That one's for you, Ron.
I just saw the bottom half, part of white and some wheels.
Oh my gosh.
I wouldn't even ride in that damn thing, let alone drive it.
I would.
Need to put a Hello Kitty sticker on the hood.
Oh, that reminds me, dude. I forgot. I got video too. When I was driving down there was a guy driving a motorcycle, and he had a Hello Kitty coat on. Where I had to zoom in. Where was that? Was this today? Okay, there's my chicken sandwich. Yeah, I was going to show you guys some of this too, but check this out, man. This is earlier today. I know. I figured all the footage we showed you from yesterday was boring, so we didn't show. I didn't. I do have a compilation of stuff to show you guys.
Gee, great talking to you, man.
Gee, check this out. This is today. Look, that guy has a Hello Kitty jacket on the back. Look, you can see it on the back of his. See the
like
motorcycle
he even has
guy?
a pink helmet. Is that a Hello Kitty helmet?
See that? Look at this. Yeah, I know it's blurry. There, you can
That's
kind of
probably
see
the guitar player from Exodus.
You can kind of see that. And then just, so I filmed some stuff, for today, driving over there and like, oh, we're driving into Monterey, where you got like the dunes we were talking about and the beach and,
Yeah, I've stormed those beaches in Call of Duty.
Oh my gosh. Monterey. What else? The chicken sandwich, dude. This is so good, man. Oh my gosh.
Thought you didn't eat
this.
chicken.
I do. I don't eat my chickens, but I eat chicken. That sandwich is so good, Peggy. Peggy, look at this. Although I have them take the bacon off and the jalapenos off, because I don't want a tummy ache. But
Peggy, not me.
I put the pickles on though. Look how amazing that is.
That. I'll leave that one alone, Peggy.
There's my salad. Looks like this is Tony, but it says Johnny, I guess. There's my
Tony
salad.
Soprano.
And then look how delicious that is, man. Oh my goodness.
Why did you have him take the bacon off?
Because I don't eat bacon. They say pigs are as smart as dogs, which is true. I know somebody that has a pig, and it acts like a dog. You'll be thinking about that at breakfast in the morning. And you guys, we're not tired of this guitar at all, man. I'll talk. Every show from now on this channel is about this guitar. Every show. Just kidding. But it is a big deal.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a huge deal. Dude, I took so many. Oh, actually, I took a good close-up shot of that one part we were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. I took so many photos. Dang. You know, all this stuff.
I'm going to make those and sell them on eBay.
Well, and all your orders will be from a guy called Rob Johnson, a guy called, whoever, builds the stuff. And of course, I took 1,000 selfies with it, But see, I was official today. I wore a shirt that says local crew Van Halen. So people thought I actually worked for the thing. I should have been wearing this.
Shit told them that was your guitar.
Look at that. I told them.
So I got that same shirt, but mine's yellow.
People couldn't believe it, man. Yes, there's nothing but selfies and oh my gosh. And then I had the guard actually take a photo. There we go. Look, I'm so tired. I'm asleep. I've been staring at this guitar for 12 hours. I'm exhausted. You should like that. There's no screws for the back plate that was never installed.
There you go.
Will that make you crazy?
No.
You're like, there should be screw holes there, Johnny.
No. Actually, if you're not going to have the back plate, then there shouldn't be any screws.
Oh my gosh.
No, I'm just not going to be able to sleep over that neck. Every time I close my eyes, I'll see the gaps thinking, oh my God, that's got to be fixed.
Every time?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah, remember I told you today I had to go to Dresden, Ohio? So we left and drove there and got to the place, and the Jed went to buy a part. That's why we went up there. The part was gone. So all that way up there and back for absolutely no reason.
5 hours? 4 hours?
For a little over 4.
One way?
No. Total.
Oh, so 2 hours one way.
Yep.
That's not so bad. Right, pink car?
See, I see some white and some chrome, a little bit of silver and some tires.
Why is that so? Oh, I zoomed in. You don't like that?
No. That looks like Penelope Pit Stop's car.
Look, it says Just Ken on the back. Just Ken. That one's for you, Ron.
Well, I'm glad you think of me every time you see pink. That makes me feel better.
Wait a minute.
Peggy, my mother, sold Mary Kay for years.
So weird, man.
Even when I go to the steak place, no pink.
Steak place. Wait, where's the part? Was it you? Who was it in the chat? They said they saw Laz and my intern at the Buddy Guy show. When he
No,
walked
I'm the
right
one that
past
said
us.
you had Janis Joplin there.
Yeah. Janis Joplin was right here. He walks right past us. And you guys are look, there's Laz and Janis. Oh yeah, right there. Dude, even though that was like 2 days ago, that feels like 2 weeks ago to me.
Johnny, that was 4 days ago.
It feels like 5 days ago. Dang it, I want to show that. Buddy Guy, man. See, look, he walks right past us, and right behind him is Laz and Janis. There they are. Oh, we missed them.
And then
That was amazing, man. James
Yeah,
said he saw
I'm
them.
upset I missed that.
Oh man, it was amazing.
I thought that was September and it was July.
Well, it's August right now. August 6th. Oh, today's August 16th.
Yeah, Elvis died
You know what
today.
the anniversary is today?
Elvis died.
Elvis passed away August 16th, 77.
And I remember that. My aunt that owns the store, her first husband had died. He was a doctor, and I was staying there for a week or two at their house. And we just sat down to eat dinner, and that came across the news. And I remember my Uncle Tom shoving himself off away from the table, and he's like, "I'm not hungry," and he went and watched the reporting of it. He was a big Elvis fan.
Man.
But I still, and that was 77, and I still remember it like it was yesterday.
I had a T-shirt years ago. It was an Elvis, like you get these shirts at Target, and it was a poster for a show, and it said August 20th. Like it was a poster for a show that never happened.
Well, that's like that poster right there that Rich. Thank you, Rich, if you're still here. Rich bought for me, which you can't see now because you guys had me move my camera, but you can see the bottom of it. Randy died on the 19th, and that show was March 20th. He died the day before.
Yeah.
So thank you, Rich.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. All right. I think we're good. I mean, if we go 14 more minutes, we're at 3 hours, but I haven't had dinner. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out. G Buchnoff, amazing having you here. Even though your laptop crashed.
Look, Johnny, you can organize your bench.
Dude, that's what it looks like in those drawers. It looks just like that.
Cool.
Except messy. She used to pretend he was Elvis when he was little. Is that true?
Hey, my dad looked like Elvis.
Oh my gosh.
This is 1970. And I was apparently
How'd you pretend you were Elvis? You mean you walked around playing a little guitar and stuff?
I was a sergeant in the Army when I was 5 years old, apparently, but that's my dad hold me, and look at the Elvis pictures next to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, you could say your dad was Elvis.
So, yeah. I had my Army fatigues on.
Cool, man. Right on, dudes. All right. I have to eat dinner. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
G, thank you again.
Charge your phone.
Yeah, everybody charge your phones. Thank you to our channel members. Thank you guys for your continued support for this channel and all these shows. What are you doing?
Clapping.
Oh my gosh. You guys, that wasn't me. Channel members, thank you. You guys are awesome. Amazing stuff. And I do have, I got tons of B-roll footage for you guys for future stuff, future shows, all that stuff. So thank you for watching. And will we see you guys tomorrow? Probably.
Peggy, how you doing?
Peggy. Right on.
Cole was
Guys-
watching us earlier.
Oh, cool. Comment below. Once I hit the stop button, this becomes a video on demand, a VOD, where you can drop a comment below. Leave a comment down below. What was your favorite part of the show tonight, besides us ending it? I like the part where you guys stopped.
And shut up.
I like the part when it looked like this. Right, Billy Ray?
Billy Ray.
You guys rock. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, you guys are definitely one of the best chat.
They are the best
groups.
chat. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
Best
They're
groups
the best chat
out there.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's no other good chats except this one. Thank you. All right, and now 20 channel IDs. Here you go. See you guys later.
You make
Johnny
me
B
laugh.
TV. Bye-bye.
Hey, this is Ricky Rocket, and you're watching my buddy Johnny Beane right here on his channel.
I'm Rick Piata. You're watching Johnny Beane TV.
You're watching Johnny. You're watching this motherfucker on wherever you're watching it. Just watch him. He's a legend.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Hey everybody, Norm over here, and I'm at Norm's Rare Guitars, my store, and you're watching Johnny Beane TV.
All right. Awesome.
Hi, this is MJ from the Seymour Duncan NAM 2023 in Anaheim, California. You're watching Johnny Beane.
Johnny Beane.
Johnny Beane, okay? Thanks for all your support.
Hello, I'm Ryan Salazar. You're watching Johnny Beane TV.
All right. Hey, this is Jennifer Batten, and you are watching Johnny Beane TV.
Thank you, first of all, very much for joining us. But now we've got Johnny. Hello, Johnny.
Hi, how are you?
Is that Johnny Beane?
Yes.
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, good to see you, man. Been a while.
Are you still living in San Francisco?
Yep.
You guys know each other? You guys hang out?
I bet it. Yeah, it's funny.
What's your question?
I am in San Francisco. Actually, I'm in Santa Cruz. Actually, the past few days I've been in Monterey. You guys, thank you for watching. And the best part of it, Lee Rose stopped talking. Oh my god. There you are, dude. All right, we will see you guys on the next one. Right here on Johnny Beane TV. Have a good night. Bye-bye.